FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Station.
This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over, the Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden in Boston, it's Bruins hockey as tonight the Bruins return home for a back-to-back. This back half of a back-to-back and try to avenge a loss that they took in Ottawa on Saturday as once again they take on the Senators. Great to have you along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Last night, the Bruins surrendering 4 unanswered goals in the second period en route to a 5-1 loss to the New Jersey Devils. Jeremy Swayman was terrific through 2 periods in that game, but did not play in the third. We didn't know at the time if that was a coach's decision to rest him and get him ready to play tonight, or if there was an injury. Joe Sacco has confirmed today Swayman has a minor upper body injury, says he's cautiously optimistic that Swayman could be back on Saturday, but the team called up goalie Michael DiPietro from Providence today. He'll back up Jonas Korpisalo tonight.
Yeah, Korpisalo playing against his old team here. DiPietro's had a good season down in Providence. Numbers are excellent for him, up near the top of the league in several important categories. But for Swayman, you hope that that's the case. You know, we go back over the last few years, and I can remember coaches vividly saying, well, day to day should be fine. And the next thing you know, it's 2-3 weeks later, and he's still not back in the lineup. So I'll wait to see when he's back on the ice to know for sure. It's one of those things, too, where if it's a nagging injury, they tend to err more on the side of caution, especially with the goaltender. Some of the saves he had to make the other night were unbelievable. The sequence when the Bruins got caught in their own zone for almost a full 4 minutes, couldn't get out. Maybe they got out to the neutral zone, or at least got a forward or two out off the ice, but couldn't get those 2 defensemen off, whether it was Peak or Zadorov, and they were stuck out there for the length of time that they were. He made minimum 4 great saves and got help from the post on one of them. But he was going side to side. I wouldn't be surprised if that's when it happened, right? And because the saves that he had to make just to keep that game where it was at 2-1 at the time, by the way, when that shift happened, and New Jersey got fresh bodies on the ice, and just kept coming and coming, and the Bruins had no answers, couldn't get the puck out, couldn't even touch the puck. And when they did, they turned it over because they were so exhausted. And Swayman just kept them in that game and gave them an opportunity. What happened the next 6 minutes, that's another discussion. Right. So it was a little difficult to swallow last night because they were still in that game despite being outplayed to that point when it was 2-1.
But as we talked during the game last night, he has been probably their best player alongside David Pastrnak here in the last few weeks. I mean, he's been keeping them in games and giving them a chance to win every single start.
Yeah, his numbers don't always bear it out, but that's because look at the chances you're giving up. And we've talked about this already. And all you have to do is look at the numbers against Florida. 111 shot attempts against Florida. I mean, that just tells you exactly where the puck was most of the game. I mean, Tampa, you're battling against Tampa, but Tampa, outshoots you and out-attempts you by a pretty wide margin. Ottawa did it the other day against the Bruins. I mean, Swayman gave up 5 in that game. And I know people were pointing to the empty net when he tried to take that shot down the ice and it gets blocked. There were 3 or 4 other things that happened during that whole sequence where the puck didn't get out or it didn't get down, and Ottawa just came right back down your throat. So you can point at that one if you want, and okay, that's valid. But he kept you in that game, even though he gave up 5, and gave you an opportunity to win.
Well, Swayman sidelined tonight. Jonas Korpisalo gets the net. Meanwhile, we go back to last night's loss, and Joe Sacco said, give New Jersey credit, but his team needs to be better.
They made a good push in the second, but some of that was on us, the way that we executed coming out of our zone. We weren't clean. We mishandled pucks. So we've got to do a better job coming out of our zone, making sure that we can handle their pressure. You know, we can't turn the puck over that many times. In the second period especially, you got the long change. They're a really good second period team. We had talked about that before. And we didn't execute well enough there. And we left our goalie, in a tough spot.
You know, and New Jersey sensed it. You know, you can sense it on the bench when you got a team on the ropes a little bit, and they just kept coming. And, you know, the Bruins, you have a tough call go against you. 1-1 game, you got a tough call go against you. Brazo has an opportunity. That's where he slid into Markstrom, and he got his feet taken out from under him. And they give up the power play, go to Dougie Hamilton. Now it's 2-1, and then that's when that shift occurred. And it was just more than that one shift, but that was a long one. So it was several shifts for the Devils. It was only one for the Bruins defense. And you can't get out of the zone. You get stuck out there, and Swayman keeps you in, and he gives you an opportunity. Now there's 6 minutes to go in the period. You take an offensive zone penalty, and Charlie Coyle owned that one. They come down and they score on it, on their power play. And then you give up the goal 12 seconds later. I mean, that one, those two are killers, obviously, but especially that fourth one, because you're still in the game. And you know, now you let it get away from you. So he talked to Joe Sacco about that a little bit, and he said the quick strikes against them happen more so in the second period that they're finding so far this season. And when you get stuck out there and you're tired and you know you're in your own end and you cannot get off the ice on the long change, you're going to give up opportunities, especially against a talented team like Jersey.
You mentioned Charlie Coyle after the game last night. He said the Devils did what they needed to do to seize control of that game.
I mean, they're some shifty players. They're on top of the puck. They were, rebounds, loose pucks. It seemed like they were beating us to them. So they earned to play with it, and we got hemmed in a few times. Penalties that we shouldn't have taken, myself included, that adds to it. You know, they got a few power play goals tonight. So it's, stuff we can clean up and control, and, that feeds into their game, especially when they come through on that. But there's definitely some things that we can look at and tighten up.
Well, there's been things to work at all year long. I mean, there's a long list of things. They're going to have to do it again today without. We already talked about Swayman. You're still without McAvoy. You're still without Hampus Lindholm. No Kastelik in your lineup. No Koepke in your lineup. They provide energy on that fourth line. You see a couple different looks here for the Bruins today. Brazo may not be in the lineup here today, so there's a few different looks for them as they just try to find some kind of spark and some kind of consistency. They've shown signs of life on the power play recently, but then they spring a leak yesterday in the game against New Jersey, giving up 3 power play goals against them. And that's happened just way too many times this year. So special teams has been an issue for them all year long.
They are expected to have Trent Frederick back in the lineup today after he missed the last couple of games with an injury. Talking a little bit more about what the Bruins can do better. Morgan Geekie said last night they have to be better at moving the puck up the ice.
I mean, I don't know if it's a teaching point. I mean, our coaches and staff give us rules, and it's on us to execute them, and I don't think our execution's been there. I mean, you saw it in the second period. We were hemmed in our own end for 5 minutes, and just stupid mistakes that, end up costing us, later in the game. So, yeah, I mean, we know it's on us. It's something that we need to fix in here, and I think it comes down to compete and execution, and to a guy, I think that's something that we can all get better at.
Coming up here on our Bruins pregame show, we'll go around the NHL, including Montreal, pushing for a playoff spot.
It's a tight race, but I think those are the kind of situation we want to be in. So it's actually fun going through it.
We'll hear more from Joe Sacco about tonight's matchup.
Didn't like our start last time we were there. They treated it like a playoff game. We didn't. So tonight, we're treating it like a playoff game, I hope.
And up next, we'll take a closer look at the Ottawa Senators.
Drop back pass, Tkachuk with a shot. Block gets his own rebound. Shesterkin with an unbelievable glove save on Brady Tkachuk.
Oh, my goodness. That's on the way here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Going down in a rinse straight.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. one wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families this year. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger, up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Plus, get incredible value from the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
As they just simply watch the last 10 seconds chip off the clock, and this will be a 5-0 Ranger victory as Shesterkin gets his third shutout of the season.
Back here at TD Garden, Bruins and the Ottawa Senators coming up. These teams have played twice this season, both going to overtime, both won by the Senators. This past Saturday in Ottawa, Bruins had a late 2-goal lead, but the Senators scored twice with a goal he pulled to tie the game, eventually won it in the shootout. Since then, each team 1-1. Senators with a 2-1 win in New Jersey on Sunday, then a 5-0 loss to the Rangers on Tuesday, and Claude Giroux is hoping they can rebound quickly.
Last month or so, I think we've been playing some good hockey, and there's 82 games. You're gonna have some games that it doesn't click as well, and you'll get some loss, but it's how you respond. So I think for us, it's just to keep doing what we're doing, playing hard, play some good defensively, and we're gonna get our chances.
Yeah, I think Ottawa's still trying to find that consistency. They're happy to be in the hunt right now. You're always looking to be better, but they're in the hunt, and a lot of people have been waiting for the Ottawa Senators to take that next step to make sure that they're playing meaningful games, come February, March, April. And they're certainly placing themselves in that position right now with this young nucleus that they have. That game the other day was, they lose 5-0. It was overshadowed a little bit by the Tkachuk-Shesterkin melee in behind the net, and Shesterkin took a pretty good left pop by Tkachuk after chasing him down, and it was a little bit comical. I will say that, but you enjoy that stuff. Tkachuk's going to be in the middle of it. We talked about that the other day. He's going to be in the middle of it again here today. You've got to know that. You've got to be on the line. You don't want to put Ottawa on the power play. We've seen what they can do on the power play, with the man advantage. They are going to be without Norris, and as you pointed out a little while ago off the air, to Sanderson as well. So 2 big losses for them. Norris, his shot, he had a couple goals the other day against the Bruins. And Sanderson, the minutes he plays on the back end, he was out there when the goaltender pulled. He made some big plays, including blocking the shot by Charlie Coyle with the open net, where Coyle tried to go for it from right in front of the Ottawa bench.
Yeah, Norris, 17 goals on the year, 6 of them coming on the power play, and you mentioned Sanderson on the back end. Meanwhile, Ottawa's power play has gone a bit quiet. They're 1 for 15 over their last 6 games. Travis Green says, you got to be better than that.
Yeah, they understand that they have to be a little better. We know that. Elfie does a great job with the power play, him and Mike Yeo. It's not simply just shoot the puck to the net and try to go there. It's a lot more complicated than that, and we'll get back on track.
Yeah. Bruins played Toronto earlier in the season, and Toronto was going nowhere on the power play. Toronto dropped 3 on them with the man advantage. It can turn in a heartbeat when you've got a talented group like Ottawa does. They possess that talented group. Tkachuk scores some ugly goals. I know he hasn't scored as much here lately, but he creates a lot offensively. Giroux's going to be able to create a lot offensively. From the back end, you probably see a little bit more Shabbat back there. So this is a team that can get it done offensively. It's a group that you better be on your game defensively. And it's going to be a big challenge for the Bruins, whether it's 5-on-5 or 5-on-4 when Ottawa has the man up.
Well, it is worth noting the 1 in that 1 for 15 is against the Bruins on Saturday. Well, we'll continue here on the pregame show. We're going to check the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray coming up next. Then we'll go around the NHL here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
New year, new ride. Visit McGovern Ford in Lowell, Saugus, and Framingham. Explore our amazing offers and find incredible deals on our wide selection of Ford trucks and SUVs. Get a 2024 Bronco Sport Big Bend for only $329 a month. 36-month lease, 7,500 miles per year, $3,129 due at signing. Save now on your perfect New Year ride at McGovern Ford in Lowell, Saugus, and Framingham. Shop now at McGovernFord.com. That's McGovernFord.com. Take delivery by 1/31/25. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra on approved credit. See dealer for details.
For new carpet, the Home Depot is your destination. With a large assortment of affordable carpeting in the brands, styles, and colors you need. And for new carpet savings, the Home Depot also has you covered. With 10% off all special order carpeting right now. Enjoy long-lasting comfort at a great price and free installation. Offer valid January 9th through January 26th, 2025. Receive 10% off special order carpet and installation. Installation included in select markets with qualifying purchase. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
The Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-887-1010. 800-887-1010.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Sports Hub headlines.
Celtics back in action tonight after their win over the Clippers. They'll take on the LA Lakers tonight. The injury report is out. Everyone expected to play. So far, Celtics 2-0 on their West Coast road trip. Sean McVie has confirmed that John Stretch Streicher will be headed to New England to be added to Mike Vrabel's staff. And Bill Belichick has officially signed his full contract with North Carolina. They will open the season on Labor Day against TCU. Kickoff is at 7:30. I'm Joe Murray, Ryan, and Bob. They'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, what's up, it's Owen. If you're a plumber, a pipe fitter, or if you're in the piping trades, then you got to call my friends at Charles D. Sheehy. CDS is proud to work with the region's best life science, biotech, and pharma contractors to help them deliver their projects on time within budget. Make CDS your choice for pipe, valves, and fittings. Call them today.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 faves for $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
If you need tires, think Town Fair Tire. Thinking name brands? We have them all. Thinking price? We beat the competitors. Free services? We have those too. For the guaranteed lowest price, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment. 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to residency restrictions and INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 2/3/25.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Back here at TD Garden as we get ready for the Bruins and the Ottawa Senators. Let's go around the NHL, starting in Detroit, where the Red Wings host the Montreal Canadiens, who continue to roll, but Coach Martin St. Louis says they can't take their foot off the gas.
You can't slip. You can't, worry who's doing what. You really have to focus on what you're doing. You can't slip. I mean, you have to be precise because you say there's so much parity and competition, and it's a tight race. But I think those are the kind of situation we want to be in. So it's actually fun going through it.
Yeah, Montreal's won their last 2 games, 7 wins in their last 10. Detroit had a good bump when they made the coaching change. They've dipped a little bit since then. So they are sitting at 47 points, 500 on the season at 21-21-5. And with all those teams bunched up, you're going to have to go on another good run or 2 to get in.
Yeah, Canadians come into the night tied with Ottawa and Boston for the second wild card as far as points are concerned. Flyers will visit the Rangers. Rangers haven't lost in regulation in 9 straight. John Tortorella and the Flyers 5-0-1 in their last 6.
Our improvement defensively isn't just the defensemen, it's a group of 5. And I think our forwards have done a really good job of stopping. When he brought it to their attention about how we have to play better in front of our goalies, there was just so much swinging out and hoping they can get on the transition. We've stopped more now, and that's why I think we've been able to control the middle of the ice.
John Tortorella is always going to hold them accountable and make sure that work ethic is always there. And as long as they're buying in, they're going to be a competitive team. He's getting the goaltending as well, and he just talked about some of the team defenses been much better for him, and that puts them right in the hunt here, trying to get into the playoffs with a bunch of other teams that are right around them. And the New York Rangers, we're waiting for them to turn it around. They've turned it around. Not only is Shesterkin playing well, but they're just playing so much better structure defensively. They were giving up so many odd man rushes, and their puck management was terrible, and it was awful at the beginning of the year. And we were just waiting for them to really get going. You just mentioned a couple of their stats and throw in that 1 regulation loss in their last 10 games. So they're coming right now.
Yeah, when we were in New York a few weeks ago, you were kind of marveling at how unstructured the Rangers looked in that game.
Early in that game, especially, they reeled it in a little bit as it reined it in a little bit as it went through, and the game kind of unfolded. But early on, wow, we were watching it, couldn't believe it.
Also a 7 o'clock start in Carolina. Hurricanes hosting Columbus. Blue Jackets are on a back-to-back. Adam Fantilli led them to a 5-1 win last night in Toronto.
Fantilli gets the puck. He's looking for the empty net goal, and he scores! Adam Fantilli, as Kirill Marchenko made sure that he set him up for it. And the Blue Jackets lead 5-1.
Yeah, first career hat trick, 7 wins in their last 10 for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Again, one of those teams right there, right in the playoff hunt. And they're taking on a good Carolina team that seems to have figured it out, at least in the short term here. They've won 6 out of 10 and 3 in a row.
That's our look around the NHL. Bruins interim head coach Joe Sacco will join us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Peterson School has been a leader in teaching the trade since 1946 and is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more. The Peterson School, they teach the trades.
Considering testosterone replacement therapy, patients following our approach say this is the best they felt in years. Find out why. Book today at wellesleytestosterone.com.
Hey, it's Ryan Williams with 128, the company that finishes every job strong. And as we are experiencing these frigid temperatures, here are 3 tips to keep your home safe and comfortable. 1, be sure to check your fuel levels. Make sure you're working with your energy provider to make sure that you don't find yourself in an emergency. 2, don't set back your thermostats. Keep your heating system running at a comfortable temperature. Frozen pipes are a lot more costly than saving a few dollars in energy. And 3, batteries and a clean filter are always handy in case your system is giving you any trouble. And if you have any questions, visit us online at call128.com.
It's here. The prime rib dinner is back at the Nines. 16 ounces of slow roasted USDA choice prime ribs served with your choice of 2 sides. Available every Friday after 4 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. You gotta love the Nines.
It is the stuff of legend, a sizzling testament to the height of all that is indulgent. Calling it a mere sandwich is like calling Everest a hill. It is a mountain of savory grilled steak and melty American cheese nestled between clouds of pillowy golden brown bread. The classic steak and cheese from D'Angelo Grilled Sandwiches. Resistance is futile, my friends. Like so many before, your willpower will be vaporized by its succulence and your appetite forever transformed. Only at D'Angelo.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Joe, quick turnaround. You get set to take on Ottawa here tonight. Just in your words, what did you see last night? I know the second period obviously got away from you a little bit, but is there anything positive that you take out of that maybe you can build on coming into today?
Well, I thought the first period was pretty solid considering the outcome of the game. I liked the start. I thought that our breakouts were good. We were coming out of the zone. We were connected. We didn't give them much. They had a couple of looks more towards the end of the first period. They got a couple on their power play. When we play the right way, when we're connected, when we're disciplined, when we have good structure, our team's in a good spot, right? And that's how we have to have that same consistency for the whole 60 minutes, though.
So when the second period gets going, they get the power play goal, tough call on Braz, right? But they get the power play goal by Hamilton. It was the next two goals, the quick ones, right? The power play goal and then the quick one from in front of the net. Like, what have you found that happening a lot this year? Like, you guys probably track that a lot more than we do.
Find it happening more in the second period, I would say, than overall. I think the tendency right now is, and I don't want to say tendency, that's not the right word, but at times in the second period, we have to be able to put things behind us quickly, right? I mean, teams are going to score goals in this league. If it's 2-1, we're in the game. Still, even though, the call maybe didn't go our way and they capitalized on the power play. We can't let that shift the momentum in their favor that much, right? We have to be able to say, okay, hey, next shift is an important one. Let's make sure that we're playing the right way and not get sidetracked by the goal and not like, hey, okay, we're chasing this game right now. There's plenty of runway left in the hockey game. We just have to do a better job of managing that part of the game.
When Jersey or any team, gets you hemmed in, especially in the second period, and it's that long change. I mean, that the peak and Zadorov shift there was almost 4 minutes. So what's the philosophy, like, in terms of how? I mean, we've all been out on the ice where we've been gassed, right? And the legs get stiff and you can't get moving. So what is the philosophy when that starts to happen?
Well, first of all, you in the bench, you're just closing your eyes, hoping we get the puck out. But no, protect the middle of the ice is the obvious thing you want to do, right? You want to make sure that if you can't move, if your legs are gone, you want to give up the shots from the outside. You want to make sure that you have 5 inside the slot and do the best you can. If there is an opportunity for a loose puck, that you're able to get there and try to get the clear or at least get it out. That's a lot. A lot of that is self-inflicted last night. We had opportunities to move the puck out of our zone. We did not execute at a high level in the second period. And we played good teams, especially the Devils. I think they were plus 22 in the second period so far this year. Goal differential. And we knew that going in. So we talked about game management in the second period and how critical it was going to be. We have to execute better coming out of our defensive zone, be it forwards, D, both of us combined, making sure that we have good support for each other.
You've seen some signs of light there on the power play. You made a couple of tweaks, right? Pasternak's not really coming up the ice anymore. He's more stationed at that far blue line. Is that more of a product of the entries, trying to change something up, or trying to maybe save some of his stamina?
It's a combination of both. I think that Pasta stays out a little bit more. He'll have a tendency to play with that second unit, maybe for another 30 seconds or so, depending how many times they've gone up and down the ice. So it does save his energy. It conserves his energy for when he does stay out there longer. And I like the way it looks when he gets the puck at the blue line. It gives him an opportunity to kind of get to his spot maybe a little bit quicker than off the entry coming from behind. we change it up depending on what type of breakout we're running or who we're playing against. But those are the main reasons why he's where he is.
Ottawa tonight, obviously another big game, team that you're right around in the standings. Aside from those last 2 goals that they scored, 6-on-5 goals, I mean, what did you like or dislike maybe in that game the other day?
Didn't like our start last time we were there. They treated it like a playoff game. We didn't. So tonight, we're treating it like a playoff game, I hope, and we're ready to play from the start. I like the fact that we stayed with it and we came back and we actually extended the lead. We played pretty good after that. We were opportunistic at times. Ottawa played well, but we were opportunistic. So better start tonight. And a more complete game for 60 minutes.
Appreciate it, Joe. Good luck here today.
Okay, thanks.
That's Coach Joe Sacco, Bruins Senators. Next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Is the media group station.
Last night in New Jersey, the Bruins got out to an early lead, but the wheels came off in the second period. Trying to put some pressure on. Here's Mercer, a turnaround shot, and he scores. Rack, cross ice. Hamilton scores. Got it to Hischier. In front, Nason scores. Here's one in front, they score. Dawson, Mercer, right in front of the crease. Makes it 4-1 New Jersey. They won't have time to dwell on the loss as they get right back at it against an Ottawa team they now trail in the wild card race. The Bruins and the Senators coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot. Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick. And the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand into St. Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we are at TD Garden for the Bruins and the Ottawa Senators, round 3 of their 4-game season series. The Bruins hoping to get their first win of the season against the Senators tonight and looking to bounce back from that 5-1 loss last night against New Jersey. What do they need to do here tonight?
I mean, Joe Sacco kind of spelled it out, and even talking to him off the air, you know, you said, I mean, paraphrasing, but Ottawa Senators were ready to play the other day against the Bruins in the first period. The Bruins weren't ready to play, and it showed. You know, it was not a good start for Boston. We expect to play playoff hockey here right from the drop of the puck today, especially the way that they lost last night. You know, Ottawa's sitting here waiting for you after losing 5-0 the other day to the New York Rangers. You expect them to play well. You expect some carryover from maybe that game. The intensity level was high. Both teams going at it pretty well, but I think just being ready from the drop of the puck to play a playoff type of game here against Ottawa, especially on home ice. And the Bruins, you know, we talk a lot about some of the losses and some of the things that have mounted up for them, been mounting for them. Home ice, they're 9-1-1 in their last 11 games. So they've played well enough to win games here at the TD Garden. It's been some of the stuff away from the Garden that's really hurt them.
And injuries still continuing to bother not just the Bruins, but Ottawa. As we mentioned earlier, they won't have Josh Norris or Jake Sanderson in the lineup in this one tonight. Bruins without Jeremy Swayman. Again, the word from Joe Sacco is they are hopeful, cautiously optimistic that he'll be ready to go for Saturday against Colorado. Keys to the game are brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Zoe. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at luxurymakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you. You're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles one home at a time.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
Hey, it's Zoe, and Oakers Technologies has a long history of helping businesses stay future-ready as their single-source IT partner, providing everything from full IT infrastructure to everyday AV needs. And they're hyper-focused on managed IT services that feel easy and simple from a single point of contact. Their ProCare support team are the people behind the technology that makes sure that you have a custom approach to the support and resources you need to keep your business future-ready with Oakers Technologies, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and the Ottawa Senators coming up from TD Garden. And before we get this one started, the Bruins are going to take a moment to remember Tom McVie, longtime member of the organization, as a scout and an ambassador who passed away earlier this week at the age of 89. Let's take you to the opening ceremony.
The Bruins family lost a longtime member of the organization as Tom McVie passed away at the age of 89. Breaking into the NHL coaching ranks in 1975, he coached the Capitals, Devils, and Jets before arriving in Boston in 1992, serving as a Bruins coach, scout, and team ambassador for over 30 years. Described as a hockey lifer, his colorful personality, unrivaled sense of humor, and his vibrant and booming voice captivated every room he entered. As a coach, mentor, and friend to so many in our sport, his presence in the hockey world will be sorely missed. At this time, as we offer our love and support to Tom's friends and family, we ask that you join us in a moment of silence as we honor and remember the life of Tom McVie. Thank you. Fans, if you're able, would you please rise for the presentation of the colors for tonight's game by the Lynn Fire Department Honor Guard. Please remain standing and remove your caps for the singing of the national anthems. Accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Poster, please welcome Todd Angeli.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Set for the opening face-off between the Bruins and the Senators. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Ottawa is Anton Forsberg. On the bench, the pairing of Thomas Chabot and Nick Jensen. Up front, it's Brady Tkachuk, Shane Pinto, and Claude Giroux. For the Bruins, Jonas Korpisalo gets the start in goal. Nikita Zadorov and Andrew Peeke, your defenseman. And up front, Trent Frederick back in the lineup. He'll play alongside Elias Lindholm and Vinny Lettieri. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first five contestant of the game is Jeanette Rodriguez of Boston. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Jeanette will win a pair of tickets for a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Well, even before the opening face-off, Nikita Zadorov and Brady Tkachuk were exchanging some words as they lined up near the red line. The official coming over to have a chat with them and shoo Zadorov away as he backs off. And the puck will come his direction after the win of the opening faceoff. Bruins will get it deep into the attack zone down to our right here in the first period. Lettieri kicks it behind the net. Nick Jensen moved it toward the far corner. Now the Senators will control. Angled off the far boards, and Shane Pinto chasing toward the Boston line, but denied. Elias Lindholm back into the attack zone for the Bruins, but the puck taken away from him. Kept alive by Frederick, and right in front. Lindholm fanned on a chance right at the side of the net. On the far side boards, kicked back toward the point by Lettieri. Zadorov with a drive and a stick save made by Forsberg. Puck angled just outside the blue line here before Pete could get control of it. He'll dump it back in. Bruins go for an early change.
Yeah, bad turnover by Ottawa, right? Trent Frederick picks that puck up. He gloves it and then tries to make that pass on the backhand to Lindholm going to the net far side.
Chabot rims it around the boards in the Bruins zone. Stützle on the far side, lost it to Pasternak. Geekie will start it out of the zone. Zaka's pass was behind Brendan Carlo, had to stop to get it. Now just shovels it forward, and that will turn into an icing here against the Bruins. 1:06 into the first.
One-handed icing. Yeah, that pass was behind him. It's the right play, right? He's coming up the middle of the ice. Carlo is. He's a good outlet for the left wing, and he's there, but that pass just a little bit behind him. So I think Jensen got a stick on that puck just as it got to Lindholm. Just watching the replay now, Frederick had an opportunity to let that shot go, though. He's in a great shooting position after missing the last two games here with illness.
Senators win the face-off. A shot from the point knocked aside by Korpisalo.
He's lost a stick.
And looking around, everybody got back to somebody got back to the bench and got a new one. Everybody's got one, but there's one laying in the crease right now, half in the net. Pavel Zacha pivots with the puck along the near side circle, plays it up the right wing side to Pastrnak. Here's Geekie behind the defense. Shot it just wide of the far post.
Geekie's had the hot hand here recently as well.
Pinto dropped it back to Zub in his own zone. Pastrnak gets in on the forecheck, knocks him off the puck. Centering pass, kicked on a Marchand who hit the outside of the net. Patra will keep it alive in the right wing corner. Marchand along the end boards. Knocks down Stützle. Puck came back his direction. Stützle plays it in front of his own net. Now a clearing effort picked off by Wotherspoon, top of the far circle. They get it back to Lohrei, center of the blue line. Takes a shot, blocked by Tkachuk. It'll come free out near the blue line, and the Senators move forward. Stützle pass over toward his right for Batherson. Deep it comes behind the Bruins net. Lohrei takes it in front of the net. Now pivots back away from Batherson. Sends it around the far boards. Wotherspoon will keep it moving up the left wing here for Charlie Coyle, but now knocked away from him. Stützle under pressure. Patra got it back. Got it back to Marchand to the inside of the circle, and a shot saved by Forsberg.
Yeah, nice job by Patra over on the left wing side. I think that puck went up into the netting. So Bruins have had 3 really good looks here right off the hop, right? The first 2, they didn't get a shot on goal. Geekie gets behind the defense, and then the other one was, the chance there for Frederick and Lindholm that just didn't connect. That time Marchand gets a shot. Now we got more conversation over by the benches as guys making a line change. The reason that whistle went, actually, Marchand's shot actually caught Forsberg up high on the mask, and the referee saw that and blew it dead. Forsberg was trying to get the referee's attention.
The face-off will be to his right. 2.5 minutes gone in this first period. Max Jones helps it back to Peak at the point with a shot into traffic in front, angled off into the far corner. Here's Patrick Brown onto it. Brown called up earlier this week from Providence. His first game since the recall, his second in the NHL this year. Puck in the neutral zone. It'll be Andrew Peak pivoting back toward his own end and gives it over to Zadorov. Off the left side, directed deep by Brown. Stopped behind the net by Forsberg. He'll wrap it around the near boards. Bounced away from Highmore and is forced back behind the Senators' net. Lindholm gets in there along with Max Jones. Puck comes around toward the near corner. Backhanded up the wall by Montempallo. At the blue line, here's Carlo with a shot. Glove stopped by Forsberg. Hangs on, gets the whistle.
Yeah, I said it before with Carlo. Just like to see that shot come down. Maybe wait an extra second. You don't have anybody in front of the net. It's just a wrist shot from the blue line. It's a routine save for any goaltender. And any pressure that you might have, I know Ottawa can get a line change now and settle things down. You've got a good forecheck going. You're creating turnovers. The hustle factor is there. The intensity factor is there for you. Make them work. Don't give them an easy out.
Face off for Elias Lindholm in the offensive zone, but the Senators win it. Wotherspoon at the blue line trying to keep it in. Ostapchuk able to force it out as he got a bump from Lettieri. Lohrei will wire it back in. Bounced off the outside of the net. Here's Lindholm in front with a shot that gets blocked.
It was a crazy bounce off the glass, off the side of the net, right out in front.
Puck dumped into the Bruins zone. Lohrei skating back to get it just ahead of David Perron. He's back in the lineup. He has been struggling with injuries, just his 10th game of the year.
Yeah, he's got no points in 9 games.
On the near side, Clevin will play it in deep. Missed the last 26 with a back injury, has Perron. His first game back. Angles one back to the point here for Zub, but his shot gets blocked by Frederick. Bruins will move it out of the zone with Terry fighting his way up the right wing. The puck deflected out of play off of Clevin.
Good block by Frederick back in there. Been involved here early. He can be a factor, when he's playing with the pace, when his feet are moving. He can certainly be physical. Always love to see him be a little bit more. Just on the forecheck, I'm not talking about dropping the gloves. I'm talking about forechecking wise and putting pressure on the defense.
It's the last couple games due to illness. That snapped a 190 consecutive game streak for Frederick. As the Bruins in their own zone here. Pastrnak gets it to Zacha, stepping out toward the red line. Pushed away from the puck by Nick Cousins. Back come the Senators. Turning with it along the far side is Batherson. Left it to the blue line for Jensen. Loaded back in his direction. On the far circle, taken away by Zadorov. Plays it across ice, but missed Pastrnak. It comes out into the neutral zone. Shabbat trying to fire one across ice, and that was broken up. Now back they come. Batherson with a long shot. Saved by Korpisalo, and he will hang on to it. 4:40 gone in this first period. No score. Bruins the only, well, now 4-1 shots on goal advantage.
As Between the Pipes, sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the Senators is Anton Forsberg of the Bruins, Jonas Korpisalo.
Face-off win here by Ottawa. On the far side, it's Tkachuk with a shot. Blocker save. Here's Cleveland with a shot off a long rebound. And Korpisalo stops that one as well. Former Ottawa Senator. Played there last season. Facing his old team for the first time. Jeremy Swayman had played the first 2 games between these two. As here's Callahan deep for the Bruins. He's back in the lineup. Osterley sits out tonight defensively for Boston. Coyle sends it to Patra. Up across the line comes Marchand with a shot. That got blocked by Zub, but thrown back toward the net by Patra and covered up by Forsberg.
Patra's got some extra jump here to start this game. So does Marchand. This line can be effective. We saw them the other day in the win against San Jose, right? A couple goals in the third period. Took them a little while to get on track, but game-tying goal, game-winning goal by Charlie Coyle.
Third meeting of the year between these two teams. It's the third different goaltender that the Senators have deployed against the Bruins. Linus Ullmark played the first one here in Boston. This past weekend it was Levi Merilainen. Now Forsberg gets his turn in the rotation. As Pasternak will play it deep. Still no timeline on Ullmark's return. He's been out since just before Christmas. Wotherspoon puts one wide of Forsberg here. At the back of the net, Geeky with a quick backhander from the near side. And Forsberg quick to react. On the far side, it's Lohrei now. Gives it to Pasternak down the left wing circle. Wide angle shot. Forsberg held his ground. Pasternak picks up the rebound, brings it around near side. Turnaround shot. That knocked down in front. Lohrei will play it back along here for Geeky. Tried to get it in front. Instead, it came back to Wotherspoon for a drive and a blocker save. Pasternak will take it off the far boards. Gave it across ice for Lohrei at the blue line. Gives to Pasternak. Backhands it to Wotherspoon. He'll play it down around the end boards. Caught at the near corner. Hit by Pasternak. Puck came behind the net. The Senators will control. Bruins back off and go for a change. 6:15 gone here in the first period.
Pushing and shoving again right in front of that bench there for the Ottawa Senators as both teams make the line change. That was Highmore and Pasternak.
Senators would have been offside on their rush. They turn back into the neutral ice, and now we'll get it deep as the puck goes around toward the far corner. Zadorov doing battle with Cousins. Batherson gets in there, as does Patra. Puck will come back to Jensen at the right point, over to Shabbat near side. Now near the top of the circle, Cousins throws one toward Korpisalo. Made sure it was going wide. Coyle along the near side corner. Puck behind the net. Batherson trying to get it in front. Stutzla back up top here for Cousins. Shabbat near circle, back across. Ooh, tic-tac-toe passing, and Zadorov took the last one away.
Yeah, side to side, looking backdoor.
Patra, Coyle, and Marchand coming forward here on the far boards. It's taken away, and the Senators headed back the other direction. Up across the line comes Stutzla. Pivots along the blue line. Gives it deep.
Furious. He got knocked down there by Marchand well behind the play. He's trying to draw a penalty. He's just slamming his stick against the boards, yelling at anybody who will listen.
Arlo gets it deep here into the Ottawa zone. Matt Paulo will play it off the far boards. Knocked down there by Jones. He keeps it in the zone. Coming to the left circle. A shot goes just up over the crossbar. Cleared out past Carlo. Patrick Brown played it back through the neutral ice, and here's Johnny Beecher stepping into across the line. Shot, glove stop by Forsberg. Drops it back into play. On the near side boards, Bruins able to win it back. Beecher's shot, though, from the inside of the near circle, blocked and kicks out of the zone. Brown will dump it back in and go for a change. 8 minutes gone now here in the first period. Zub will play it into the neutral zone. Carried ahead by Michael Amadio, coming down the left wing circle. Deals it back off for Clevin for a one-time shot. On the near side boards, and it'll be played back out to Clevin in the neutral zone. Zub rips it down the far boards. Around to the near circle. Amadio peeled it off the wall. He'll step in behind the Bruins net. Off the far boards to Jensen for a drive. That hit a body in front. Bruins will come away with it with Frederick. 4-on-2 here. Here's Lindholm across the line to Lohrei. Lohrei trying to get it teed up and then fired it into the far circle and it kicked away.
He wanted to get over to Letary in the left wing side, but that lane was taken away. So by the time he tried to take that shot, it ended up getting blocked. That's promising rush, and that's happened a couple times now for the Bruins. Had some point-blank shots blocked in the high slot.
Coming around to David Pasternak out near the red line. Had to play it across the ice. Senators win it back. Shabbat from the near face-off circle in his own zone. Giroux will get it back to him. Coming up the left wing side. Shabbat moving toward the high slot. Gets knocked aside by Geekie. Giroux keeps it going, though. And Tkachuk off the near boards to Giroux with a shot. That blocked in traffic in front. Steered back toward the near corner by Carlo. Goes around to the far side, and Geekie will be first man to it. Geekie spins away from pressure from Pinto. Dropped it back to Callahan. Now Geekie just outside of his own blue line. Pressured back into his own zone by Batherson. Carlo to Callahan up the left side looking for Coyle, and it tipped up into the air, and we get a whistle. Puck touch with a high stick. 10:18 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Senators are scoreless here at TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Zoe. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you. You're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles one home at a time.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with Safety Insurance to help New England veterans at the Resource Center in Devens, Massachusetts. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Hey, it's Zoe, and Oakers Technologies has a long history of helping businesses stay future-ready as their single-source IT partner, providing everything from full IT infrastructure to everyday AV needs. And they're hyper-focused on managed IT services that feel easy and simple from a single point of contact. Their ProCare support team are the people behind the technology that make sure that you have a custom approach to the support and resources you need to keep your business future-ready with Oakers Technologies, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Start your 2025 in a new F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 straight years. Bruins and Ottawa scoreless, 10:18 to go here in the first period. Already seen a couple of, a little bit of carryover as far as that emotion as you talked about during the pregame. Brad Marchand and Nick Cousins having a little back and forth just after the whistle.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to that in a second. I just think more importantly, Ryan, it's just the pace that they've come out here with. Yeah. I mean, you know, they've generated some good scoring chances. They've created turnovers. They're playing with a sense of urgency, you know, finishing hits, seeing guys' faces. Otto's had a couple shots, but they've been mostly from the outside. And the Bruins have just continued to come, and unfortunately they've missed the net on a couple. They've had a couple go off of sticks and had a couple blocks. So that has to continue.
Joe Sacco said during the pregame interview, they're treating this like a playoff game tonight as the puck comes behind the net. And these two teams battling for position, trying to get into that wild card spot, or one of the two wild card spots, as Stutzla will play it around behind the Ottawa net. Cousins along the far boards, shouldered by Marchand, played ahead, and now Cousins gives him a shot in return as both guys were headed onto their respective benches.
Yeah, Marchand, during that last commercial timeout, Cousins and him were barking at each other, and Marchand just gave the universal sign for a dive.
So you had mentioned Cousins was a little upset after Marchand took him down earlier on.
He's not a likable guy. When you play against him is what I'm talking about. He's not a likable guy. And so you put a little bit of a target on him.
Look around behind the Ottawa net, down to our right. Jensen played it to the far boards, but picked off. Here's Sacco on the far circle, handing to Pasternak, trying to get away from Jensen. Got it to Sacco, hit the post, scramble for the rebound. Forsberg down on his back, and it appears the puck went underneath him there. Pavel Zacha hits the post, and this game will remain scoreless. 8:57 to go in the first period. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you, you're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
The 50-50 raffle presented by DraftKings is currently benefiting the Matt Brown and Thomas E. Smith Foundations, two organizations dedicated to bettering the lives of those with and affected by spinal cord injuries. To support the Matt Brown and Thomas E. Smith Foundations and enter for a chance to win half the jackpot, visit bostonbruins.com/5050 to purchase your tickets. Raffle runs through the third period of the game on January 30th. 8:57 left here in the first period. No score. Bruins win on an attack zone face-off. Pasternak throws one in front, knocked down, and the Senators able to clear the rebound out. Tkachuk will bring it through the neutral ice. Pass off right side here for Shabbat. Right back in front for Tkachuk, who goes crashing into the net, dislodges it. Bruins trying to move the other way. Puck will come back into the zone, and that'll draw the whistle.
They were going to let the Bruins get going up the ice before they fix the net. Give the Bruins every advantage if they can get going up the ice. Korpisalo's not going to fix it. That was Tkachuk going hard to the net right there, looking for a pass, right, which he always does. He drives the net hard. He gets a stick in on Korpisalo. I don't think he really got him with the body, but got the stick in there.
Eddie Tkachuk in a little bit of a slump. No points in his last 8 games coming into this one.
Yeah, but
always impacting the game.
Always a factor.
Yep. Has 38 points in 47 games on the season. 18 of those are goals. And a game-winning goal here in overtime back in November. Face-off, battle for along the near boards. Dumped into the Bruins zone here and around to the far corner. Callahan goes crunching into Amadio in that far corner. Gaudette gets in there. Patrick Brown in there for the Bruins as well. Gaudette steers it around the wall toward the near side. Donovan Sabrango played it back deep. Carlo will lob it out, end over end. It comes through the neutral ice. Bouncing puck. Matt Paulo chased by Beecher. Stick goes down.
They're going to call Beecher for holding the stick.
So the whistle comes with 8:06 to go in the first.
It's you've got some momentum, offensive zone penalty. He's in a race for the puck, is Beecher, but he loses his stick and then grabs the stick.
Holding the stick to call. Referee's microphone not operating. DJ Luxmore and Eric Furlat referees tonight with Matt McPherson and Ryan Jackson on the lines.
Oh, the question is where was the first one? Martin Paulo had it. He had the stick up under the arm of Beecher.
Well, the reason Beecher would grab the stick is that he didn't have one.
Well, you still can't grab it.
No,
but if it's under your armpit,
right? Face off to the left of Korpisalo, and Shabbat sets it up center of the blue line. Senators, as we mentioned in the pregame, 1 for their last 15 on the power play. Giroux got a shot in on goal, and Tkachuk hacking away at the rebound.
He had 2 whacks at it.
Giroux's got it back now on the near side hash marks. Gives it back to Shabbat, center of the blue line, over the far side. Back to Giroux, near side, and he hit the post. 1 post aside here in the first period. Coyle heads up shorthanded the other way. Just inside the Ottawa line, withstands a check from Stutzle. Got it back deep here behind the net for Marchand. Brings it around toward the right wing circle. Pivots toward the corner, trying to kill some of this clock with 1:22 to go on the penalty to Beecher. Senators will start out of their zone. Giroux to the center circle. Now steps ahead just across the Boston line. Dealt it off to Batherson. Goes rink wide. Here's Tkachuk with a shot. Save made Korpisalo. And the rebound's under his pad as everyone goes crashing into the net.
I'm pretty sure he got taken into Korpisalo, but he's right in his lap right now.
Stutzle, Andrew Peak. And there's another one, another body in there as well.
Ottawa ended up with 2 guys in front, and Batherson and Tkachuk, and that opened up that passing lane for Giroux. And Korpisalo wasn't sure where that puck was at first, and Stutzle just barreling his way in there. Might have been pushed a little bit, but not a whole lot of resistance either.
Might have been a penalty last night in New Jersey. Face off near circle. Elias Lindholm will match up against Adam Gaudette. Lindholm won the draw. Zadorov fires it off the far boards and all the way down ice. Minute to go on the Beecher penalty. 7:04 to go first period. Scoreless. Shabbat turning away from Zaka. Skating toward the far side of the ice. Drops it back. Pass will come toward the near side. Greg carries in across the Boston line. Right down the middle came Pinto, but ran out of room as he got toward the front of the net.
Callahan ended up taking that puck away from him on the poke check, but a little bit too much room there for Pinto coming right down the middle of the ice.
Shabbat gives it to Ridley Gregg. Across the red line and across the blue. Puck gets away from him. Callahan in the near corner hits the wall hard. Played it up the boards. It'll come back toward Gregg in the corner. Around the far side for Gaudette. Gaudette works his way down the wall. Cuts back toward that far side. And then had the puck bounce off the leg of Frederick. Came back toward Gaudette, but just out of his reach. Peak wrestling into the near corner, trying to win possession of it. Final 5 seconds of the power play here for Ottawa. Patrick Brown helped it loose, and Callahan will steer it all the way down ice. Beecher is sprung from the penalty box. 6 minutes to go here with the first period. Ottawa early 0 for 1. Lohrei will turn it in front of the Bruins net. Deals a pass up the right side here for Pasternak. Pasternak down the right circle. Got it to Poitras, reaching out and slapped that puck just wide of Forsberg. Big collision along the far boards with Tkachuk and Geekie.
Geekie was reaching for the puck. Tkachuk never made an effort to go with the puck. He just going body all the way.
Get a penalty coming here against the Bruins. A centering pass, and Stutzle had one taken away by Korpisalo. And the whistle comes as the Bruins play the puck. So with 5:30 to go in the first, having just completed a power play chance, the Senators will go right back on the man advantage. As Poitras trying to goad Stutzle into something here. But Ottawa will go back to the power play when we come back. 5:30 to go in the first. No score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Zoe. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you. You're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles one home at a time.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
Lowe's knows how to help make your Super Bowl 59 party a touchdown. Let us help you prep your home to host with top brands like Charbroil, Blackstone, and LG, so you can be the MVP of game day. Plus, use the Lowe's app to find what you need for a seamless shopping run. Or huddle up with our Lowe's Red Vest associates to help make all your game time hosting decisions.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
5:30 to go here in the first period. No score. Morgan Geekie whistled for a minor for high sticking, and so Ottawa will go back to the power play here.
It's on the hit by Tkachuk. Tkachuk is finishing his hit on Geekie. Geekie's trying to play the puck. And like I said, Tkachuk makes no attempt to play the puck. He's just going right through the body, which is fine. Geekie just gets his stick up a little bit on him. Not much, but...
So back-to-back power plays here for Ottawa.
And during that sequence, Ottawa had the rush, and Korpisalo makes a great save on Stützle.
There's Shabbat from the center of the blue line. Passed to the left wing circle for Giroux. Tried to get it right back in front. They did for Tkachuk. They'll come back to Giroux along the left wing circle. Brings it up top for Shabbat. His drive blocked by Lindholm, and he's smarting. Giroux goes down low with it. Centering pass back for Shabbat. Broken up by Sacco. Thrown toward the net by Giroux. It comes to Tkachuk, left circle. His shot gets blocked. And the Bruins a chance to clear, and they do as Lindholm slaps it all the way down. He'll get back to the bench here.
Look like off the hand or the wrist.
Minute 20 to go in the man advantage for the Senators as Shabbat, shadowed by Marchand in his own zone. Stützle goes back toward Batherson. Puck evaded him, but Giroux's got it. Brings back toward his own zone, and now comes back toward the red line. Drops it off for a cutting Stützle. Up ice he comes. Tkachuk along the left wing side. Knocked back toward the blue line. Shabbat plays it across ice. Batherson picked it up off the carom. Nifty move to evade Coyle. Shabbat, center of the blue line, walking toward the far side. He'll float one back across for Stützle. Giroux in front. One-timer by Tkachuk. Missed the net.
That's the setup they're looking for. You know, that quick puck movement. Find Tkachuk. And that time, instead of standing right in front of the net, he pops out in between the hash marks.
Bruins got the clear off the miss there. 35 seconds to go on the Senators' power play. Jensen leaves it in the neutral zone. It'll be Greg to carry across the line. Perron spins it around the boards toward the far side. Frederick got it back down toward the end boards. It bounces away from Greg. Diving effort by Gaudette, but taken away by Patrick Brown, and he's up ice shorthanded. Brown to Frederick, moving toward the right circle. Shot it wide to the short side. It will angle off the boards and out into the neutral zone. Amadio brings it back the other way. Down the right wing circle against Callahan. Sends it around behind the Bruins net all the way up the near boards, and Frederick will pick it up and head up ice. Power play is over as Frederick moves it into the slot. Took the shot, redirected up and over. Tyler Kleven passed it near side for Zub. Forced it out of the zone. Wotherspoon at the red line will drive it right back in. Down to 3:10 to go here in the first period. No score.
You had some good jump here early, and then you get into a little bit of penalty trouble. You kill them both off, and you see if they can get it back here towards the end of this period.
Pinto has his pocket pick coming into the Bruins zone. Geekie will head back the other direction. Drops one off for Pasternak. Moving top of the circle. Leaves it back for Wotherspoon. His shot got blocked by Highmore. Peak. Pass down into the corner to Pasternak. Far side. Works it out in front for Sacco. Disrupted as he tried to get that shot on goal.
It's a good look.
Pasternak had it cut off by Pinto, but Geekie along the near boards. Played it back around behind. Artem Zub will clear it out past Peak, and that one's going to go for an icing against the Senators with 2:29 to go in the period.
Yeah, I think that shot by Sacco just bothered enough. You know, Ottawa's got to have, what, 6, 7 blocks in this first period? And sometimes it's not the amount, it's just where you are on the ice. There's been some good looks for the Bruins that haven't gotten through.
See a face-off in the offensive zone here for Boston.
Yeah, don't look at that. Right. Don't look at that. It'll change 6 times.
No. Just pulling up the stat sheet.
Yeah, I know, but
on the right wing side.
Well, you don't even mention the shots on goal.
Peak with a shot. That one gets blocked. So there's another one to whatever the total might be. Puck will come deep into the Bruins zone. Zadorov goes behind the net. Coyle gets the pass up into the neutral zone. Stumbles coming through the red line. Senators trying to head back the other way. Peak bothered by Kachuk. Peak wins that battle. Goes behind the net with a puck. To Marchand. Into the neutral zone for Patra. Taken away by Shabbat. Shabbat trying to lead Kachuk in on the attack, but Carlo got over to make the defensive play.
Carlo came off the bench that time. A long way to come.
Bruins clear it, trickling down into the Ottawa zone. We'll finish up the change here with 1:40 to go in the period. Stützle coming through neutral ice. Right side for Batherson. Around behind the net for Shabbat. And they work it back to Batherson for a one-timer. Kicked away by Korpisalo. Long rebound grabbed by Frederick, and he's up ice here along the right wing side. Drops one for Vinny Lettieri. Going into the near corner. Shabbat cuts him off. Lindholm out there to win that puck back in the corner. Came back toward the blue line. Carlo against Perron to keep in. The Senators will come away with it. And skating up ice is Sabrango. On the far side. Pass into the middle here. Sabrango will come down the left wing side. Perron at the back of the net. Off the near side wall. Batherson to Perron at the left circle. Back over to Sabrango at the right point. 53 seconds to go in the period. Oak check down toward the corner for Stützle. Shoved by Lindholm. Hits the wall. Goes down. Callahan will play the puck out of the zone here for Boston. But it'll be driven right back in deep by Sabrango. 35 to go in the period. Attempted clear, kept in by Pinto, who fires a shot. Blocker save. Zub sends it around behind the net. Pinto wide angle shot. That one missed the net. Comes back to the near point for Cousins. He shot one into the far corner. Levin got it back down deep here for Pinto. 15 to go in the period. Frederick takes one away at the near circle.
It's at the end of a shift.
Pasternak working his way up ice. Moves one for Sacco on the right circle. 7 seconds to go in the period. It's taken away by Zub. He'll go behind the net, and he and Cousins will just eat the puck here and let the clock run out on the first period. So an energetic first period, but neither team able to find the back of the net so far. Scoreless at the end of 20 minutes here at TD Garden. We'll be back with our first intermission coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Mom, what happens at the end of Goldilocks?
Well, the Bears were too nice to kick Goldilocks out, but they wanted her to find her own place. So they told her about Redfin.
But I thought...
Redfin updates its listings every 2 minutes and gives personalized recommendations. So Goldilocks found something that was just right for her.
And lived happily ever after?
Yep, in a cute house by the beach, with no bears.
Download the Redfin app to get started. Equal Housing Opportunity, CADRE, number 01521930.
You were made to travel the world and the 7 seas and countless lakes and innumerable rivers and one perfect pond. Get travel ideas from ChatGPT on Expedia. Made to travel.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Hey, it's O. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you. You're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
Typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise. Some are filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy additives that growing kids should never eat. That's why Hiya created the Kids Daily Multivitamin, a chewable vitamin with 15 plus essential vitamins and minerals. Some kids' vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar, and sugar is known to contribute to a variety of health issues. Hiya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, yet it tastes great and is perfect for picky eaters. Hiya is made with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and helps support kids' immune systems, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, and more. It's also non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, and nut-free. Hiya is designed for kids 2 and up and sent straight to your door, so parents have one less thing to worry about. To receive 50% off your first order, go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar. Go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Fans, the Heritage Hall hunt is on now through February 8th. Visit Boston Bruins Heritage Hall and follow the clues to unlock legendary stories and iconic artifacts for your chance to win one of the 101 signed Bruins prizes available. To purchase tickets, visit bostonbruins.com/Heritage Hall. First intermission here at TD Garden. Bruins and the Ottawa Senators are scoreless through the first 20. And as part of our first intermission, we're going to flash back to a little bit earlier on this season when Bob and I had the opportunity to visit with NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman, talk about some of the goings-on in the league, looking forward to the Four Nations tournament here in Boston coming up next month and a whole lot more. So here is part of that interview with Commissioner Bettman earlier this season.
Can you give us a general sense of the league, like State of the Union of the league right now, where it's at, what you like, maybe what you want to see look a little bit better moving forward?
We're coming off what people have said, both on and off the ice, is the best season we've ever had last season, without regard to who wins. That's not, when I say these things, what I'm focused on. And we're playing over 95% of capacity. Our buildings are full. The game what takes place on the ice is competitive. It's exciting. It's entertaining. It's unpredictable. And that's what the game should be. And, whether it's what we do online and streaming or puck and player tracking and international competition, we're looking to continue to grow the game and find ways for our fans to connect with the game, because we believe we have the best fans. We think we have the best game. Our players are absolutely amazing. And so what takes place every night on our ice is something truly a beauty to behold.
One of the things I've been impressed with here, especially just in the past few months, the Amazon series came out. The ability to showcase the personalities of some of these players, the stars around the league, and seeing them away from the ice is huge when you talk about growing the game and getting people to know these guys better.
Well, actually, it's something we've been working towards, because historically the perception has been that hockey players were a little more reserved and team-centric, and they didn't want to be out there. But the younger players, particularly for younger fans, Gen Zs, now Gen As, they want to know more than just the game. They want to see what the players are like, how they work out, what cars they drive, what they eat, what their families are like. And it's just another way for us to connect with our fans. And if people haven't seen Face Off, it is truly a marvelous way to binge watch 6 episodes, which really takes you deep into the game, and you're going to get a look at the players like you've never seen before.
My last question for you, and I'm probably get asked a lot. In fact, I know you do, and I'm sure you want to get an answer. But Utah is new in the league. How are things going there? And are there any plans for the future in terms of expansion?
Utah's doing great. Ryan and Ashley Smith stepped up. We did an incredibly complex, one-of-a-kind transaction that had never been done before by a sports league, because it wasn't expansion, it wasn't relocation, it was a bit of a hybrid. It was done in an amazingly short window. It's great for Utah. The reception has been fantastic, and the number of things that the Utah organization has done in an amazingly short window has been simply incredible, and the fans have been great. It also solved the problem we were having in Arizona, because the team the Coyotes didn't have a professional building to play in. You know, we tried playing in a college rink for a couple of years to see if things could be worked out, but it became clear that nothing was going to change for at minimum 5 years. That was unacceptable, and so we were able to resolve a difficult situation and create an amazingly positive situation. The players were well received in Salt Lake City and are loving the experience.
Yeah, we got a chance to be out there as their second home game, and it was a great environment. You could tell the fans are really into it.
You just missed me. I was there for the first home game, but it was great. We had a concert before the game by Shabuzi. Building was rocking, sold out, and it's what you want to see. And that franchise is going to do very, very well.
Is there an appetite among the owners to continue to expand?
We're not looking at expansion. We're not saying, okay, we're going to expand by X number of teams by a certain date. It's really more a question. We get lots of expressions of interest, and if somebody comes in and checks all the boxes, then maybe we'll take a look at it. But there's no mandate to proceed with expansion. If it happens, it'll be because there's a confluence of events that cause it to make sense.
Well, the last couple of cracks at it have been home runs. No question about that.
Vegas and Seattle couldn't have gone better. They may have been the most two successful expansions that any league has ever seen in modern times.
Well, thanks so much for dropping by. Enjoy the rest of the day. Great to have you here.
Great to be with you. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all you do.
Some of our conversation with NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman during his visit to TD Garden earlier this season. Bruins and the Ottawa Senators scoreless after one. We'll check the out-of-town scores when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Zoe. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you. You're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
Pearl Vision knows that the new year brings new resolutions. But how many of those goals do we actually keep? Hitting the gym? Ugh. Sticking to a diet? No thanks. But getting your eyes checked? That's easy. Visit pearlvision.com to schedule an eye exam and get a new pair of glasses to see clearly and look your best. Pearl Vision accepts all major vision plans, including iMed and VSP.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station.
Bruins and the Senators are scoreless through one period of play here at TD Garden. Let's take a look at the other action around the NHL tonight. 3 other games in progress, all at the end of the first period. The Detroit Red Wings have gotten out to a 2-0 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. Jonathan Berggren and Alex DeBrincat with the goals for Detroit. The Rangers have a 2-1 lead over Philadelphia. That at the end of one as well. And in Carolina, the Columbus Blue Jackets have a 2-0 lead on the road thanks to goals by Kent Johnson and Kirill Marchenko. The other action is all later tonight, including the Vegas Golden Knights on the road to take on the St. Louis Blues. That's an 8 o'clock face-off. Also at 8 o'clock tonight, the Minnesota Wild will host the Utah Hockey Club. 9 o'clock starts in Calgary, where the Flames host the Buffalo Sabres, and in Edmonton, where the Vancouver Canucks are in town. At 10 o'clock tonight, Pittsburgh out on the West Coast to take on the Anaheim Ducks, and the Washington Capitals visiting the Seattle Kraken also for a 10 o'clock face-off, and then the late game in San Jose with the Sharks hosting the Predators. They'll face that one off at 10:30 Eastern Time. And it's the Bruins and the Senators. Scoreless through one. We'll have the second period coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
We could tell you what it's like to drive the Nissan Rogue and tell you all about its performance capabilities, like its VC turbo engine. It's I can go virtually anywhere type of freedom. Nice. But you don't have to take our word for it. Go drive it for yourself. You're up. Experience the power of the Nissan Rogue.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue. Visit your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment. 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to residency restrictions and INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 2/3/25.
Hockey season means it's Pulis Boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Pulis boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to PulisBoilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Pulis Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The wait is almost over.
This crowd is ready for hockey.
The world's best players take the ice to compete for their country. International Best on Best Hockey comes to Boston as Bruin stars Brad Marchand of Team Canada and Charlie McAvoy of Team USA compete to see which hockey nation will reign. Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. The Four Nations face-off. Get your tickets today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Bruins and the Ottawa Senators, scoreless at the end of one. We're joined by Patrick Brown, playing in his first game since being called up from Providence earlier this week. Patrick, first of all, welcome back to Boston. What was your focus personally coming into this game?
Just work as hard as I could, try and play in their zone the whole night, and forecheck pucks, hunt pucks, and then got some reps on the PK there, so shut them down there on the power play.
How much does it help you as you get inserted in the lineup tonight? You got Max Jones on that line, a guy that you've been with in Providence for much of this season.
Yeah, Jonesy's awesome to play with. He moves his feet, flies around, brings pucks to the net, creates 5-on-5 offense. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure playing with him.
What did you think of the pace of that first period? Joe Sacco told us he was treating this, he was hoping you guys would treat this like a playoff game. Did it have that feel to it?
For sure. I thought we did a great job, hunting their defensemen and playing physical. We took a couple penalties there, but Corpy played great. We killed them off.
All right, appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
There's Patrick Brown joining us, and he is brought to you by TD Bank. TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Shots on goal in that first period ended up 12-7 in favor of Ottawa. The updated numbers, 13 blocks. They're still updating them.
Yes, they
from
are.
the sheets that they gave us, but they've got 13 Bruins attempts that were blocked in that first period.
Yeah, so you look at the Bruins, and they give them credit for 7 shots on goal. It's the other ones that you take a look at, right? And the 12 or 13 blocks now, and then the 10 missed shots. So missed the net a few times, get some blocked, but they certainly had some zone time. Most of it was in the first half of the period, and then they got derailed a little bit by the power plays, right? You give up 2 penalties, or take 2 penalties, I should say, in the offensive zone. You know, tough ones, but there's still 2 penalties, and you've got to kill them. And it takes some of that momentum away, and Ottawa able to, generate some good opportunities. Korpisalo was excellent in that period, playing against his old team here, as was Forsberg at the other end.
Teams will be at full strength to start the second period. Bruins will go from right to left on offense, as Elias Lindholm wins the faceoff to get it started. Pete will hammer one down the right wing boards. Around the boards it comes to the near side. Jensen going back toward the corner. Giroux lobs one high up into the air, bouncing down into the neutral zone. Picked up by Pinto. Carries ahead along with Tkachuk. Just inside the Boston zone. Frederick knocks him over, and Lindholm heads the other way with the puck. Up the left side. Throws a backhand toward Forsberg, who sticks it off into the near corner. Lindholm joined by Lettieri over here. Got it to Frederick, who taps it back to Zadorov at the point. His shot blocked wide by Giroux. Out of the far corner comes Lettieri. Gets it back deep now to Frederick. Frederick pivots away from Shabbat, trying to get it to Lettieri coming down the right circle. That was blocked. Here's Frederick now along the goal line near side. Behind the net, Lettieri works his way to the near circle. Wide angle shot. Forsberg held the post. A chance out in front for Sacco. And a second one as well. Forsberg, a couple of saves.
Yeah, Lettieri with the first one from a sharp angle, trying to go short side high, and then that puck squirts free. Good shift by Trent Frederick down low.
Callahan trying to get one up ice quickly for Pasternak. Instead, the Bruins will chase back into their own zone. Cousins puts a shoulder into Zadorov as they went back for the puck. Zub at the right point will spin it back in deep. Stützle into the far corner. Callahan relieves him of the puck, and Pasternak breaks it out into neutral ice. Pushes it past Clevin, but Clevin skates back onto it, and Zub will deal it up the near side. Cousins just outside of the zone blue line. Turned over near the Boston blue, but given right back. Cousins plays it into the far corner, and Brandon Carlo will get back to it first for the Bruins. Geekie pops it off the wall. Rink wide, it comes to Pasternak up that right wing side. Cutting toward the middle as he carries it across the line. Pasternak, centering pass is broken up. Sacco will keep that puck alive. Deals it back for Pasternak off the near board. Pasta pivots down the wall against Batherson. Cuts to the side of the net. Throws one right through the crease. Forsberg got a piece of that. Pasternak from behind the net now in front. Score! Geekie off the feed from Pasternak, and the Bruins grab the 1-0 lead.
Good work around the net here. Geekie, he's had a bunch of really good chances here lately. Scored the first goal of the game yesterday, in fact, against the Devils. Pasternak has the first chance. It's going to go wide, but Carlo has an aggressive pinch on the boards. He's going to keep this puck alive right at the hash marks. He's going to send it back down behind the net to Pasternak, and then Pasternak turns onto his forehand and just slides it right across the top of the crease. I thought maybe he was trying to wrap it, but he wasn't. He was just throwing it right across the top of the crease, and Geekie with really good stick and body position, able to chip that one home.
Geekie with goals in back-to-back games. As Patra starts out of the zone, coming through neutral ice. Here's Marchand getting it in front. Coyle, a chance from right in tight. And Forsberg made the stop. On the near side boards, Amadio trying to force it out of the zone against Lohrei. Patra helping to keep it in, but he gets upended, and Amadio will bring it out into the neutral zone. For Geekie, that is now 4 goals and 2 assists over the last 6 games. Lohrei coming to the red line, sends it over to the right side here for Coyle. Down to the end boards it goes. Apollo wrapped it back around that far side. Max Jones just on the bench. Goes in after it, as does Patrick Brown. Senators will get it cleared here. Ridley Gregg coming through the neutral zone. To stop and get a pass back in his direction and sends it around behind Korpisalo. Strays out behind the net and plays it. Giroux will keep it alive for the Senators. Sends one across for Gregg. The centering pass, though, blocked by Peak. Zub at the blue line over to the far side for Clevin. He throws one on goal. Save made, and then the rebound. Kachuk had it knocked away. Beecher will start the Bruins back the other way. 3-on-2 if they can get going here, but held off at the blue line. Brown, front of the Bruins bench. Came back toward Carlo. Now Kachuk at the red line. But somebody bent up over the bench. Jones it is, as they continue to joust, and they've got hold of each other's sticks as the linesman steps between them, and both guys hop over the boards onto their benches. Batherson along the left wing circle now for the Senators. Got it back to the point. Sabrango moved it on to Mountain Paulo for a shot, redirected into the near corner. But Terry couldn't get it up the wall. Shot by Perron, turned aside with a pad. On the near boards, it's Frederick lifting one over Mountain Paulo's head. It'll come back into the Ottawa zone. 4:20 gone here in this second period. Bruins by one. Mountain Paulo down the right wing side with a shot taken by Korpisalo. Second chance for Batherson, and he hits the pipe and up and out of play off the crossbar.
See, now Korpisalo's been very good here so far in this game. He's made some good saves, and that rebound gets away from him. It's just a wrist shot from above the face-off circle, outside the dot, and that puck comes right out, straight out in between the hash marks for Batherson. And that's like I said, he's been good. He's kept it out. Sometimes the rebounds get him into a little bit of trouble.
That first shot kind of got him, looked like up off the shoulder.
I mean, it's a rising shot, I get it, but from where it was taken, I hope that he can control the rebound a little bit better there.
Take off win back to Shabbat here. Shot by Cousins, blocked off, but comes to Jensen. He throws one toward the side of the net. Lorai will take from there. Coyle in the far corner gets knocked to a knee. Still able to play the puck. Wotherspoon will deal it out of the zone. Marchand giving chase into the Ottawa end. Shabbat will get there first. Marchand goes crashing hard into him along the end boards. Shabbat recovers, comes out in front. Heels a pass up ice. Here's Amadio down the near right wing side. Is trying to get one to the net, blocked up out of play off of Lorai's stick. Some words being exchanged. The linesman quick to jump in.
That's Cousins and Marchand again. I think Patra got in there too, but Patra's he's not a big guy at all. Cousins isn't huge either, but Marchand's still barking at Cousins or somebody on that Ottawa bench.
Cousins listed at 5'11". Patra's 5'11". Marchand listed at 5'9".
Patra's still got some strength growing, if that's what you want to call it. Filling out to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how much bigger he's going to get, but
20-year-old. Puck brought out of the zone here by Geekie. He's got the lone goal in this one. He bouncing past Gaudette back into Bruins territory. Zadorov wraps it up the far boards. Max Jones, rink wide pass here for Beecher. Down the left side he comes. Takes a hit from Zub, but moved it around to the far side. Will come in behind the net. Off the near wall, Jones hands it back to Zadorov. He throws it in front. A save made by Forsberg. Reaching for the rebound was Brown. Goes around behind the Senators' net. Cleared out for Gaudette, but jumping in front of that was Peak. He's got it on his stick. Zadorov now with a long pass up the right side. Here's Zaka to Geekie moving toward the far circle. Back to Pasternak. One-timer just missed to the near post. And Kachuk will wire it back the other way. Diving pass by diving block by Pasternak of that pass. And firing off the near glass. The linesman ducking out of the way. Senators back in their own zone here with Jensen. His pass is redirected over the glass. We'll step aside here with 13:49 to go in the second period. It's the Bruins 1, Senators nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Start your day with the rich, intense power of espresso from Schwarzkopf Keratin Color. Our 3-step bond enforcing system creates bonds and strengthens your hair, leaving it 5 times stronger after coloring. Serving up strong and healthy-looking hair with long-lasting color is as easy as picking up a cup of your favorite pick-me-up. Wake up your new hairstyle today. Just search for Keratin Color Espresso on Amazon.com.
Hey, it's Zoe. And just like the quarterback is the heartbeat of a team, your kitchen is the heartbeat of your home. Want to give your kitchen a fresh new look without breaking that bank? Then go to my guys at Luxury Makeover. They'll reface your kitchen cabinets instead of replacing them, saving you time and money. And for a limited time, they're offering 24 months with no interest, no payments. Reach them today at LuxuryMakeover.com. Tell them Zoe sent you, you're going to save an additional 15% off the project. Luxury Makeover. They spread smiles, one home at a time.
Business taxes. We're stressing about all the time and all the money you spent on your taxes.
This is my bill?
Now Business Taxes is a TurboTax small business expert who does your taxes for you and offers year-round advice at no additional cost, so you can keep more money in your business. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com/business. Only available with TurboTax Live full service.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Bruins out to a 1-0 lead. Morgan Geeky's goal assisted by David Pasternak and Brandon Carlo is our delivery of the game, delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
There's a lot of chirping going on during these commercial timeouts. Referee finally went over both benches. Bobby, if it continues, I'm going to start taking people. As Giroux is barking at somebody on the Bruins bench, and linesmen normally stay right at the red line. They don't let either players get to either side of the red line during a commercial timeout. But it doesn't mean they're not going to stand there and bark at one another.
Second meeting this week, played up in Ottawa on Saturday. What was a bit of a feisty game there as well. Here's Pasternak sending one toward the front here, but blocked away.
He was looking back door for Sacco. He had Geeky occupying the front of the net.
Pinto breaks the Senators up ice. Dealt it off left side for Cousins. Lohrei getting back into the far corner to win that puck. Comes around toward Cousins near side. He stops and pulls away from Zacha. Takes a hit from Lohrei in the corner. Pinto will bring it along the end boards and around behind the net. To Shabbat, left circle, shot, ricocheted up off the face mask, it looked like, of Amadio. Come in behind the net, Lohrei will take from there. His outlet pass, missed Pasternak. Shabbat chased by Geeky over along the far boards. Able to play the puck ahead. Here's Perron. His shot off the leg of Lohrei goes up off the back glass. Witherspoon got it to the blue line, but not out. Sabrango throws one back in front, came bouncing through the crease and wide. Paulo with a long shot. That one ricocheted wide of the net. Sabrango back to Stutzla for a drive, and that one missed the net. Paulo on the near boards. Kept it loose here for Batherson. Try to get it back to Stutzla. In the middle, it's taken away by Lohrei. Coyle up ice. Patra collides with Sabrango at the attacking blue line.
Yeah, Patra's hurt.
And he is
left leg.
Slowly going back to the Bruins bench.
The pass was intended for him. Sabrango was coming across the blue line.
Coyle will chip it down the left wing wall. Marchand to the back of the net. He's hit and held by Clevin. On the far side, gathered out of the zone here, brought forward by Ostapchuk. Deep to the back of the Bruins net. Moved out of there, right onto Gaudette's stick. Clevin tried to shoot, blocked by Marchand. Marchand will get the outlet pass from Carlo. From the red line, he'll send it deep and head off on a change as Elias Lindholm goes in on the forecheck. 11:45 to go here in the second. Bruins have a 1-0 lead. Pass off the skate of Highmore, turned over just outside the blue line to Lettieri. Directed back deep. Lettieri will chase in. Into the far corner. Patrick Brown got a piece of that clearing effort. Laterio on the far boards trying to help him out as they dig at it against Highmore. Puck comes free. Pete trying to throw one in the net. That hit a body. Gaudette will steer it back across the ice, and Highmore plays it up into the air back toward the Boston zone. Peak right there. Senators changing as Boston starts up. Frederick down the left wing boards. Zabrango at the back of his own net here for the Senators to Giroux. Gave it up, got it right back from Greg. Giroux trying to get it back to Greg on that left wing side. A little too hot to handle in the far corner. Brown will spin it behind the net for Zadorov, and it comes up to Pasternak, but bouncing away from him just outside of the Bruins zone. Back it comes, but Boston on top of it. Sacco able to tap one free to Geekie. Geekie, little inside outside against Shabbat. Got it across for Pasternak. And Greg just able to get a skate on it.
He's playing with some serious confidence here these last little while. Here's Morgan Geekie.
Here's Shabbat in the neutral zone, and he gets buried as he came forward.
He was losing his balance, but Geekie stepped right into him.
And now we got a penalty coming up as the Bruins try to get that puck back in the offensive zone. Geekie was the recipient of a cross check.
Now, even Tkachuk realized that there was nothing there. He gave him a little push, and then he skated away, but it's kind of a dumb penalty. But it's the guy that got hit. He was losing his balance, and Geekie just finished the hit.
So Shabbat to the box.
You know, he's already playing with the full mask because of, yeah, he loses his balance trying to make a move. Geekie just lined him up. Tkachuk came over and just, gave him a little push. Yeah, it wasn't anything. And then Shabbat, a dumb penalty. They're watching him. It's just a dumb penalty. Frustrating, dumb. He's holding the nose. I'm sure he's in a lot of pain. Travis Green doesn't like it.
Yeah, you mentioned he's wearing the full bubble. Shabbat last week took a puck to the face.
If he doesn't lose his balance, they just come chest to chest. And
so the Bruins power play will get their first opportunity tonight with 10:13 to go here in the second, a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, that game against Boston was his first game back, was it not?
Yeah.
Shabbat?
He had just missed the game before, missed one. So face off in the offensive zone here for Elias Lindholm. Bruins power play. Gone 4 for 16 over the last 5 games. They were 0 for 3 last night in New Jersey.
Had a couple looks, but also gave up 2 really good chances on that one sequence, right? I think it was Bratt and Hughes.
Sacco had to stand in for Lindholm. He won the face-off. Marchand got it back to Lohrei. Over to Pasternak. Snapped his stick on a one-timer. It still made it to the net.
Change up.
Pasternak goes to get a new stick. Bruins keep possession of the puck. Sacco in the far corner. Marchand challenged by Clevin. Now Pinto got it to the blue line, but not out. Pasternak from there will send it back in deep. Marchand back in the net. It's knocked down by Zub. Still able to play the puck back to Pasternak. Over to Lohrei at the left point. He walks it down the wall. Goes to the dot. Centering pass. Got through Lindholm. Pasternak, a drive save made. And the rebound tapped back toward the blue line. Pasternak is there. From the near circle now. Pasternak weighing his options. Minute 20 to go on the power play. Down low to Lindholm. Out of the left wing corner he comes. Deals it to Pasternak at the back of the net this time. Walks it out in front. Goes across ice from Marchand from a tough angle. And Forsberg makes the stop and hangs on to it.
Yeah, good power play, though, right? I mean, you get this puck in the offensive zone. You win the draw. That was Sacco who came in on the draw. So they'll keep the same unit out there because you're minute and 6. Normally they would make the change, but because they didn't have to retreat and come 200 feet at all, it was all possession in the offensive zone. They'll keep them out here. Marchand, that was a tough angle for him, and Forsberg pushes off, gets to his left.
Face-off win here. Lohrei to Marchand. Over to Lohrei again at the left point. Pasternak set it toward the high slot for Sacco.
I'd like to see Sacco let that go.
Marchand swings it back toward the blue line. Lohrei gets to it to keep it alive. Gives it to Sacco, high slot. Pasternak back to Sacco. His one-timer. He snapped his stick. Marchand and Lindholm in the far corner able to keep it alive. Marchand right circle a shot. Forsberg got a piece of that as it went wide of the short side post. Pasternak out near the blue line with it on his stick. Feeds for Marchand. Picks it up off the end wall. Goes into the far corner against Jensen. Puck comes back toward the point. Gets through Lohrei. And back down ice with 28 to go in the power play. Now they'll change up the unit here. Bruins moving right to left as Lohrei comes to the red line. Drives it around the boards to the far side corner. Patra back out there. Good to see. Here's Pastrnak with a cross ice pass. Bounced over his stick, but he's got it now. 10 to go in the power play. From the left wing circle. Pastrnak goes up top here for Zadorov. On the right side, it's Geekie. Geekie centers one all the way across to Pastrnak. Exploded on him. Shabbat comes out of the box to even things up.
Now.
Centering pass right in front. Patra a chance. And a stop made by Forsberg. Patra's got it now to Zadorov with a drive, and that's blocked in front by Clevin. Pete rushes over to keep the puck in at the line. Zadorov walks it along the blue line, throws it toward the front of the net, kick back out of there, and Jensen will give it to Shabbat. Brings it out into neutral ice. Another broken stick. They're racking up the dollars here as the puck gets deep into the Senators zone once again. 3 broken sticks here in the past few minutes. Here's Lettieri, again bringing it back into the left circle. Shot blocked by Jensen, and his stick goes flying. It's still in one piece. Volleyed back out of the zone here by Clevin. Carlo, quick pass up the far side. Here's Frederick stepping across the line. Lettieri trying to give it to Brown. Bounced away from him.
It was close to too many men on the ice for Ottawa.
And back in here by Carlo. Goaltender Forsberg going to shoot it all the way out toward the blue line. Batherson, though, lost it. It's Frederick along the near boards. Backhands one all the way across ice, trying to settle it. Carlo as he plays into the far corner, goes around behind the net, but no one there. And it'll be cleared back out. Callahan on his horse against Tkachuk. Callahan reaching out to bat that puck away. Far side, Batherson able to keep it alive. Sends it back down low. Stützle takes a heavy hit along the end boards from Callahan. Jones trying to get it out at the blue line, held in by Shabbat. Played it back down to the end wall. Stützle got it to Cousins in the corner. Stützle again coming toward the near side corner. 6:23 to go here in the period. 1-0. Bruins have the lead here in the second. Patra with a block there on Shabbat. Forces him out of the zone. Beecher trying to get that puck moving up ice. Had to stop to get it. And now shovels it forward. Jones in on the forecheck as Cousins comes racing out from behind his own net. Up the right side comes Ostapchuk. Centering pass for Cousins, who kept it moving. Looking for Highmore, who had peeled off. Bruins coming back the other way. Geekie at the Senator blue line. Plays it around the boards toward the near side and back out into neutral ice. Lohrei to Wotherspoon off the far boards. Pass to Pastrnak. Try to pop it into the zone. Clevin right there. Round to the near corner. Geekie gets involved. Matteo wins it back here for the Senators. 5.5 to go in the period. Zub to Clevin. Think wide pass. Ostapchuk from the red line. He'll send it in. Head off on a chain. And trying to get going the other way. The Bruins are going to get whistled for an icing here.
Avidia Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Assist for Kids to donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. You know, during that whole sequence, Ryan, Forsberg made some good saves. The best one was probably on Patra, just as the power play expired.
Bruins will start out of their zone here as Frederick finds Zacha cutting through the neutral zone. Drop pass for Pastrnak at the blue line. They're going to whistle it. Zacha offside.
Put himself offside if it was. I didn't think so, though.
I didn't think so either. But that brings us to a stoppage in play with 5:10 to go here in the second. It's the Bruins 1, Senators 0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Start your day with the rich, intense power of espresso from Schwarzkopf Keratin Color. Our 3-step bond enforcing system creates bonds and strengthens your hair, leaving it 5 times stronger after coloring. Serving up strong and healthy-looking hair with long-lasting color is as easy as picking up a cup of your favorite pick-me-up. Wake up your new hairstyle today. Just search for Keratin Color Espresso on Amazon.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ugh, time to tackle my to-do list.
You mean all those doctor's appointments you've been putting off?
Exactly. I think this says eye exam?
Just book one on ZocDoc. You can search all kinds of doctors by availability, specialty, location, and read reviews from real patients.
Okay, what about a primary care doc and a dermatologist?
Again, ZocDoc. Gastroenterologist next?
Nope, brunch.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
5:10 left here in the second period. Bruins with a 1-0 lead.
A lot of broken sticks laying around that referees were picking up during that last. 3 of them are Bruins.
Have to put in a new order for the equipment staff.
Another good power play. I mean, that's a good, promising power play. Got a couple good looks. Won a lot of battles down low.
We talk about the power play. You know, it was obviously you'd love to score, but you know, given where this power play has been throughout the course of the season, it's been encouraging to see them get some of those chances of late as they battle for possession along the near boards. They had a really good one when they didn't score against San Jose the other day.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. And then you got to watch out. You got to get back. But the Bruins had fresh bodies on the ice that time. It wasn't. I think there's a few guys still out there, you know, and it ended up being Patra with the great chance.
There's Zadorov getting a pass off the boards to Coyle. Hit a rut, goes down.
Yeah, you had Frederick on the far side.
Around the far boards, and Batherson with some space. Bruins changing here as Stützle comes forward, moving toward the high slot to the far circle. The shot knocked aside with a blocker by Korpisalo. Bruins will.
That'll get the Ottawa Senators a little upset. Stützle goes down, cutting across the middle that time.
Help back toward the Boston zone by Perron, cut off by Callahan. He's got Frederick up the left side. Frederick slowly down the wall. Sends the puck toward the back of the net. Comes back in his direction, and a chance at the far post. Letteria backhand stuffer. Save made by Forsberg.
They've had 2 chances like that. Geekie had one in the first period. Same idea.
Batherson has his pass knocked down by Geekie at center ice. Back across the line they come. Patra got it back to Geekie, and his shot goes up and over. Batherson will work his way back into the neutral zone and dump one into the far corner of the Bruins end down to our right. Under 3.5 to play in the period. Lohrei to Lettieri, just hacks it ahead. He heads off on a change. Zub to Pinto as the Senators work their way forward. Amadio will go into the forecheck against Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon got it to Lohrei, and now on to Pasternak along the near side boards. It's Zacha picking it off the wall. Playing away from Pinto, who stumbles down. And the Bruins move up ice. Here's Zacha across the line. Left circle to Pasternak. Back across. A chance for Geekie, broken up by Amadio on the back check. 2:55 to play here in the second. Bruins with a 1-0 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealer.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Once upon a time, there was born a real estate brokerage that was also a magical app. They called it Redfin, and they're on a mission to get people the fairest deal of them all. With listing fees as low as 1%, Redfin agents charge half of what others often charge, so you have more money to put toward your dream home.
Could it be a gingerbread house?
If the witch wants to sell.
Download the Redfin app to get started. Fee subject to terms and minimums. Equal housing opportunity. CADRE number 01521930.
Did you know over 1 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes every year? If you or a loved one is living with diabetes, GoodRx is here to help you save with popular diabetes medications for less than $20. Just download the app or go to GoodRx.com, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the coupon. It works whether you have insurance or not. If you're treating diabetes or taking any other medications, check GoodRx to save at your local pharmacy. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including federal and state-funded programs.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
And hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
2:55 to go here in the second period. Bruins have a 1-0 lead. Morgan Geekie, the lone goal scorer in this one early in the period. Bruins have outshot the Senators 12-3 so far here in the second.
Well, and that's so the theme coming into this game. We need, first of all, is playoff hockey, right? The intensity right from the drop of the puck, the good start, but also a better second period. Not one where you're, like the Devils took over that game yesterday in the second period. You were standing around and you had those long shifts inside your own end. Let's dictate the pace of play up the other way here.
Here's Tkachuk getting it into the Bruins zone. Fired wide of the net by Gregg. On the near boards, Jensen trying to hold it in against Geekie and Pasternak. Puck came loose to Tkachuk. Now Giroux, center of the blue line with a long shot. Korpisalo has it. Gets the whistle. And a little joust in front of the net with Tkachuk and Zadorov and Gregg and Peak. Salo looked like he wasn't quite sure he had that.
He's had a couple of those. Yeah. He's looking left, and he just kind of sits down and makes sure that he doesn't push the puck into his own net. Wants to make sure it doesn't trickle through.
Jonas played the third period last night in New Jersey after Swayman was lifted. Stopped 5 out of 6.
And play well.
Yeah. This is only his 4th start since the Christmas break.
Well, depending on Jeremy Swayman and his injury, one that they said is nothing too majored. Let's hope that's true.
Here's Shabbat stepping toward the left wing circle, whistles a shot wide. Joe Sacco saying today, minor upper body injury, cautiously optimistic that Swayman could be ready for Saturday afternoon's game against Colorado. As Batherson turns around and fires one from the right circle, Korpisalo stops that. Coyle clears the rebound. Through neutral ice, here's Marchand with Lindholm. Coming down the left circle, Marchand's shot goes up over the net.
He had Coyle coming late as well if he wanted to use him on the right side.
Off the near boards, it came back to Lindholm, back to the point. Callahan whistles one wide. Iran off the far boards. Will send one into neutral ice. Batherson kicks it onto his stick, drops it off. Stutzla with a low shot. Kick saved by Korpisalo. Tkachuk from the blue line fires one back toward the net. Save made there, and the rebound cleared to the near wall.
Rebound there.
Bruins get it out. Back in his own zone, Matt-Paulo over to Sabrango. Up the left side, Pinto will play it down deep to the end wall. Callahan back for the Bruins around the far side. Rango bumped to the wall by Frederick. Tkachuk comes out from behind the Bruins net with a puck on his stick. Comes to the near circle, throws one in front. Off of Callahan, off of Pinto. Will be played up and out by Carlo, but that's going to go for Bruins icing. No. Around the boards it comes, and quick up for Tkachuk. Amadio in the Bruins zone. Took a bump from Wotherspoon. A centering pass from Tkachuk for Pinto.
Yeah, the Bruins didn't respond. They thought that was going to be icing.
Here's Clevin with a drive. That one goes wide as Korpisalo got bumped in front of the net. Tkachuk now out of the right wing corner. Bringing back toward the top of the face-off circle. Tried to get it in front. Picked off by Lohrei. Lohrei sidesteps a Tkachuk hit coming out of the zone. Backhanded into the attack zone by Patrick Brown here for the Bruins, with Terry down in the corner as well. 32 seconds left. Amadio will come behind the Senators' net. Now Zub hands off to Cousins, working his way through the neutral zone. At the Boston blue line, Gregg waiting for Amadio to get back on side. Gives over to Clevin. He'll send it around with 13 seconds left. Borai just leaves it along the near boards. And Sacco trying to go long across the ice for Geekie. Knocked away. Taken by Shabbat. Got it into the Bruins zone, and that'll do it for the period. So Morgan Geekie's goal at 2:06 of the second. Still the only one on the board. It's a 1-0 Bruins lead after 40 minutes. And we'll recap the first two periods when we return to TD Garden here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now Taxes is 100% free when you file in the TurboTax app if you didn't file with us last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just do your own taxes in the app by 2/18.
What if I have lots of forms?
All good, all 100% free.
What if I had 3 jobs?
Still 100% free.
What if I once saw Bigfoot?
That has nothing to do with taxes, so still 100% free.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now this is Taxes. See if you qualify in the TurboTax app. Excludes TurboTax Live, must start and file in app by 2/18.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Knix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Knix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code SHOP15. That's knix.com, promo code SHOP15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
Hair thinning can happen for so many reasons. Whether it's stress or hormones or anything, at Nutrafol we've learned that real change starts below the surface. Our hair growth supplements take a whole-body approach and target the key root causes of hair thinning, so you can see visibly thicker, stronger hair in 3 to 6 months.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com. That's Nutrafol.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Costa pivots down the wall against Batherson. Cuts to the side of the net. Throws one right through the crease. Forsberg got a piece of that. Pasternak from behind the net now in front. Score! Geekie off the feed from Pasternak. And the Bruins grab the 1-0 lead. Our amazing play of the game so far brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Second intermission here at TD Garden alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. It is the Bruins with a 1-0 lead thanks to that goal from Morgan Geekie. Well, we heard, and we mentioned it in that second period, we heard from Joe Sacco that he was treating this like a playoff game. It's a 1-0 score at the end of 2 periods. It's had some intensity between the two teams, and it's been an energetic performance tonight for the Bruins. It feels like from start to through the first 2 periods.
Hard to believe there's only 3 penalties in the game, right? Both teams have stayed relatively disciplined despite some of the chirping in between whistles, the chirping during some of the commercial timeouts. Before the game with Zadorov and Tkachuk. Continued after that period was over as both guys were going to the locker room. They kind of came together. Nothing came of it, but just a lot of talking, a little bump here and a little bump there. So Kachuk's taking it like a playoff game as well, and so are the Ottawa Senators. It's been a good game. It's been good pace. I've really liked the way, for the most part, that the Bruins have played in this game. You didn't get stuck for those long shifts, just killer shifts in the second period where you can't get off the ice like last night. The forwards have done a really nice job in that offensive end of winning battles, keeping plays alive. Ottawa's won their share too, but it's been the intensity has certainly been there. Now you've played 2 periods, and now you got to finish it off the right way if you're the Bruins, right? You've done your work for 40 minutes. You killed 2 penalties. You killed 2 power plays that the Ottawa Senators had. And I thought it actually took some of the momentum, the 5-on-5 momentum away from the Bruins in the first period, those 2 penalties. Both of them, unfortunately, were in the offensive zone. They were tough ones, right? Beecher's in a race for a puck, and he's getting a hook, but he holds a stick, so they called Beecher on the penalty. The other one was a high stick as Tkachuk was finishing his hit on Geekie. But, okay, you killed them both off, and you get the job done that way. Your goaltender's played well. He's given up a few rebounds. So hasn't been perfect, but he's been perfect at keeping it out of the net. Ottawa's hit a couple posts. There's been a couple close calls, but the Bruins have really kept most of it to the outside. A lot of point shots. By Ottawa just throwing pucks towards the net, and they've kept most of it, not all of it, but most of it to the outside. So bend but haven't broken, and I'd say the same thing with Ottawa. Only a high-end play by Pasternak over to Geekie is the difference in this game right now. Both goaltenders have been good.
They have been, and you think back to the game that we just saw in Ottawa between these two teams on Saturday. That's a game that goes to overtime, ends up being a 6-5 final score in the shootout. A game that we tracked the shot attempts throughout the course of a game, and Ottawa out-attempted the Bruins 96-52 in that game. Through 2 periods tonight, it's 55-51 Bruins.
Yeah. So it's been an evenly played game. I thought the Bruins had great energy right off the hop, and that's what Joe Sacco was hoping for. That's what he was preaching before this game. You say, well, why can't you do that every game? And it sounds pretty simple, and it's not sometimes. And the coach can't go there every game. He can say it, but when you say it time after time after time, it kind of goes on deaf ears. So it's sometimes it's up to the players, but they didn't like the start they had against the Senators in Ottawa. And to put it in Joe Sacco's words, and he was absolutely right, Ottawa was ready for a playoff game. We weren't. And it took the Bruins a little while to get going in that game. Give them credit, they got up. But the goals that everybody were going to remember are the 2 goals with the goaltender pulled that ended up tying it up. And then they went in a shootout. So it's up to the Bruins now to finish this thing off the right way. It won't be easy. Ottawa's going to have a push. This is when you get against these teams right now, these teams are all around you in the playoffs, and the Bruins, because of some of their losing ways there, where they went winless in 6, a lot of these teams caught fire and were able to catch up to them, and now you got a huge race going. And the Bruins have played more games than most of the other teams that are in that race right now. Right now, it's just a wild card spot.
Right.
You got to put some wins together before you can have any opportunity to get into the top 3 in your division.
Yeah, right now, coming into tonight, Columbus, 53 points. Ottawa, Montreal, Boston, 52 points. But both Ottawa and Montreal, 2 games in hand entering the night. The Rangers and the Flyers are 2 points behind the Bruins.
And the Rangers are hot right now.
And the Rangers are red hot right now.
Flyers are hot.
And, yeah, they're playing each other right now. And, and Pittsburgh and Detroit are, back there a couple extra points. But, who knows? As we see this thing continue to go up and down throughout the course of the rest of the game. But after tonight, the Bruins will have 32 games left on the schedule. This is game number 50 of the season. Well, we'll get a check of the out-of-town scores coming up here in just a moment. But first, let's get our music of the game. Music of the game is brought to you by Live Nation. Jason Aldean and Brooks and Dunn together for one night only, live at Fenway Park on Friday, May 30th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. Morgan Geekie's goal has the Bruins on top of the Senators 1-0 after 2 periods at TD Garden. Out-of-town scoreboard next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now Taxes is 100% free when you file in the TurboTax app if you didn't file with us last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just do your own taxes in the app by 2/18.
What if I have lots of forms?
All good, all 100% free.
What if I had 3 jobs?
Still 100% free.
What if I once saw Bigfoot?
That has nothing to do with taxes, so still 100% free.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now this is Taxes. See if you qualify in the TurboTax app. Excludes TurboTax Live, must start and file in app by 2/18.
Where'd you get those shoes? DSW has all the shoes you need for whatever you're into. You know, like running shoes that give new meaning to personal best. Or everyday sneakers that make coffee runs look cool. Basically, DSW has all the best styles from the brands that always get it right. Like Nike, Brooks, Timberland, and more. Oh yeah, did we mention they also happen to be the perfect price? Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store and DSW.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or place stopped, opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
You look amazing. What have you been doing?
You've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can help provide you with semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less.
How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just send them a text.
Text MAJOR to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie to see if you're eligible. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text MAJOR to 200-300 right now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text MAJOR to 200-300. MAJOR to 200-300.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Second intermission here at the TD Garden with the Bruins leading the Ottawa Senators by the score of 1-0. Other games around the NHL at the end of 2 periods. Detroit with a 4-2 lead over the Montreal Canadiens. Also at the end of 2, Philadelphia taking on the Rangers. The Rangers lead that one 3-1. End of 2 periods, Carolina 5-4 lead over the Columbus Blue Jackets. At the end of 1 period, it's Vegas 2 and St. Louis 1. Late first period, Utah Hockey Club has a 2-0 lead over the Minnesota Wild. A couple other games later on tonight. Buffalo is in Calgary to take on the Flames. It'll be Edmonton playing host to the Vancouver Canucks. Pittsburgh in Anaheim. Washington Capitals are at Seattle to take on the Kraken. And finishing up the night will be the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks. After 2 periods here in Boston, Bruins 1, Ottawa Senators 0. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
Right now at Wendy's, get 2 faves for $7. The spicier classic chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time only. Select a request 2 for $7 deal to redeem. Not valid in a combo or with saucy nugs. Single item at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Timberline Construction is a proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network. With over 2 decades of experience, Timberline delivers exceptional construction management services across New England. From corporate headquarters to academic institutions, their commitment to excellence is unwavering. Explore their recent projects at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction. Exceptional. No exceptions. Visit timberlineconstruction.com today. timberlineconstruction.com. The Peterson School has been a leader in teaching the trade since 1946 and is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more. The Peterson School. They teach the trades.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
I'm Jennifer Garner. You may know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card because it makes everything we do even more rewarding. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles on every purchase means we earn more too. And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/VentureXBusiness.
A 6-letter word for an app where you can easily find and book an in-person or virtual appointment with the perfect doctor by searching specialty and insurance and reading real reviews from real patients.
It's ZocDoc, obviously.
Genius! How'd you know that?
How do you think I found an amazing therapist, dentist, and primary care doc?
Can't believe I didn't know this was an option sooner.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families this year. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger, up to $50,000. To learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. This is a black and gold flashback.
Carlo wheeling it out of his own zone to the red line. Drops it off to David Pastrnak, just topped over the boards. Beats Krejci now. Kicks it to himself onside. Pastrnak left side, and he scores! Pastrnak with a bomb from the left wing circle. His 20th of the season. Wins it in overtime, 4-3.
Tonight's black and gold flashback taking us back to this week in 2017. The Bruins got a pair of goals from Brad Marchand and that overtime game winner from David Pastrnak as they beat the Red Wings here at TD Garden by the final score of 4-3. Heard him, Dave Gosher there say 20 goals on the season for Pastrnak. So he zoom ahead to 2025. His 9th consecutive 20-goal season came in tonight with 22 goals. Now has 33 assists as he assisted on Geeky's goal earlier in the second period. 55 points for Pasta on the year, including 13 points over the last 6 games, 5 goals and 8 assists in that span. He has been one of the hottest hands in the league since about mid-December, but especially since the calendar turned over to January. He and the Bruins with a 1-0 lead as we go to the third period. Been a fun game to watch.
Well, it's been a fast game. That's why. I mean, we were just talking off the air. You know, you go through some of these games and you hear people around the league talk about it. They call them low event, right? But it's a nice way of saying, you know, there's yeah. I mean, when the execution isn't there and you're just icing the puck and, you know, you're not making plays, you're not skating, the pace isn't good. And there are games like that. I mean, it's hard to not have them over a long season and the schedule the way that it kind of bears out. But right now, I mean, look, every game right now means something for the Bruins. We haven't had this in the last couple of years, really. Right. You know, you're so comfortably ahead, or at least comfortably in a playoff spot. Let's put it that way.
Both of these teams could really use the 2 points here as they try to make their case for the playoffs.
But specifically here for this game, it's just, I mean, we had a game a couple weeks ago. We were just talking against Tampa Bay that I think there were 29 faceoffs in the third period alone. today, through the 2 periods, has been 25. Through 2 periods.
There's Lettieri forcing a turnover just inside the Ottawa zone and threw into the net.
It's been a well-played game that way.
Chuck gets it across ice. Jensen in front of his own bench will play it forward as he gets a hit from Lettieri. Zadorov hears it away from Tkachuk. On the near side board, Sacco to Pasternak, hit him in the skate. Bruins going left to right here on offense in the 3rd period. This puck comes deep. Marlowe wraps it up the near boards, tipped out of the zone. Sacco chasing up ice, but Zub will get to it first. Amadio passing toward Pinto at his own blue line. Bruins get it back. Here's Pasternak moving to the top of the circle with a shot, and the blocker saves.
It's Geekie who got that puck and made the pass cross ice to Pasternak.
Puck poked toward the near corner. Sacco will get to it. Coming toward the top of the face-off circle. Trying to get it toward the front. Geekie had his stick slashed out of his hands.
He did. I don't mind that.
Down to the back of the net. Pasternak centering pass. Sacco coming down the middle.
Sacco's had some good chances.
Audio trying to get it out of the zone. Can't. Here's Pasternak with a shot. That got blocked by Clevin on a knee. Pasternak plays it around the end boards and then gets knocked down by Clevin. Outlet for Cousins. Skipped away from him. Carlo will bring the Bruins back all by himself as they go for a change. He blasts one in on Forsberg. Drops it back into play for Shabbat. Coming up on 2 minutes gone in this 3rd period. Perron taps one to Shabbat. Just onside was Stutzlo on the far side. Drops one back. Batherson with a one-timer steered out of play by Korpisalo.
You know, we go back to the debate. If a guy gets his stick chopped out of his hands, is it a penalty? You know, usually if they break the stick, they'll call it a penalty. You know, that time was a Geekie that got his stick knocked out of his hands. No penalty. Oh, okay, I'm fine with that. It wasn't broken.
If that's the standard, then that's the standard.
Just set the standard and be consistent with it.
Yep. No, I'm with it. Because oftentimes we see a guy just drop his stick on a play like that and draw the penalty.
And then
here's chance right in front of Korpisalo, and it came around the near side.
Look at the ref with your palms up. You know.
Right. He belted for Zadorov out of the blue line. Coyle turns it up ice. Peak now from the red line will send it in. Coyle goes for a change. Forsberg out behind the net to play it for Shabbat near side. Up ice comes Stutzla, and down the left wing side he goes. Around the net, all the way to the far circle. Dealt one off and a one-timer by Montemapalo, thrown back toward the front by Shabbat.
Good. I think Korpisalo got a piece of that. That's a good save. He had some bodies in front.
Autry brings the Bruins back down the right wing side. He throws one on goal. Save made by Forsberg, covers it up, and then we get a wrestling match in behind the net. Max Jones and Montemapalo going to be forcibly pulled apart by the 2 linesmen. .246 gone in this 3rd period. Bruins up by a goal.
They're going to bring the face-off outside. Watherspoon stayed out of the fray. Usually if the defensemen come in, you know, they'll bring the face-off outside the zone. Lohrei was in there, but Watherspoon saying he was already in there. He was already going up the ice. So if that's the case, you can stay there, I believe. But linesman or referee didn't see it that way. Poitras with some speed through the neutral zone that time. Trying to get, I don't think he was trying to get a rebound. I think he was trying to score there. I think he was trying to sneak one in short side. A lot of times you'll see that player take one, if he's got bodies going to the net like Jones was, take it off try to put it off the pad of the goaltender.
Puck comes back into the Boston zone. Off the near boards with Terry. They'll float one ahead. Settled along the wall by Zabrango. Played it back out into neutral ice. Peak hacked at by Pinto. Puck goes across the ice for Tkachuk. Tkachuk stood up by Zadorov.
Zadorov's done a pretty good job on him today when they've been out there against one another.
Terry will play it up the right side. You mentioned earlier, Tkachuk without a point in his last 8. Giroux from his own zone. Pass over to Clevin. Skates it across the red line, now across the blue as he comes all the way across the ice to the near side circle. Try to deal it back toward the point man Zub. Instead taken away by Lettieri. He and Geekie headed forward. Geekie will chase into the far corner against a pair of Senators. Now Sacco gets involved in that play as well. He's got the puck on his stick. Back to Lohrei at the left point. Long shot, gloved by Forsberg, who thought about dropping it back into play and then saw David Pastrnak coming his way and thought better of it.
Bruins hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
David Pastrnak with an assist tonight has tied Mark Savard for the 4th most 6-game assist streaks in Bruins history, behind Ray Bourque, Bobby Orr, and Adam Oates. The 5th time in his career he's had assists in 6 straight games. Puck comes around near side here for Jensen. Dumps one in wide for Korpisalo off a deflection. Sacco and Lohrei at the back of the Bruins net. Now Witherspoon will bring it away out of the pile and send out. Just missed Geekie coming out of the zone. Put back over to the far side. Dumped in by Shabbat. Wheels all the way around to Witherspoon. Sends it back around the far side. Came to Sacco. He dropped it back to Lohrei. And behind the net it comes to Witherspoon again. Off the near wall for Pastrnak in the neutral zone. Find it at first, then did. Pass into the middle, broken up. And the Senators have possession. 4.5 minutes gone in this 3rd period. That pass misses Gaudette. It's going to be an icing here against the Senators. Adam Gaudette back home. Braintree native, went to Thayer Academy, Northeastern. Saw some photos of him over visiting Northeastern yesterday. The Senators were in town after their loss in New York on Tuesday. Face-off will be down to our right, near circle. Back to Gaudette's time in Northeastern. It's some pretty memorable performances in this building. Part of the Bean Pot Hockey East tournament. Lobbed out through neutral zone here, and Zadorov coming back to play just ahead of Gaudette. Here's Patra through the neutral zone. Carries across the line. Brings it toward the right side. Wheels it around toward that far side. Marchand in the corner along with Coyle to keep that puck alive. Now Patra able to steal one from Clevin behind the net. Takes it back into the far corner. Wrestled to the wall by Pinto. He pushes it back to Zadorov at the point. On to Peak near side. Peak take the shot. Steps away from Tkachuk down into the corner.
Takes that shot. He has nobody in front.
Zadorov.
So, I mean, smart play. There's an interference.
Zub on Coyle on the end boards. Referee was standing right there. And Zub will go to the box. Bruins to the power play here with 14:42 left and a 1-goal lead.
Ottawa penalty number 2. 2-minute minor. Interference.
Big chance here for the Bruins power play to try to double up this lead.
They were in a pretty good battle in front of the net, and then as Coyle tried to go get that puck, Zub stepped in front of him. And I'll say that Coyle didn't put up much of a fight. Draws the penalty. He was fighting in front of the net. Hey, you want to get in front of me? You want to put a shoulder into me? I'll take the power play.
Again, second power play chance the Bruins have had tonight. Didn't score on their first, but generated some good opportunities. Down to our right, near circle. Lindholm will take the face-off.
They left him in there because Sacco jumped in from the right side.
And Lindholm wins it. Kick back toward the blue line. Lohrai's got it. To the right circle for Marchand near side. Marchand wheels back up top for Lohrei. Walks it toward the far side. Gives over there to Pastrnak. Fires it back to Lohrei for the shot. And that one deflected off of a diving Pinto and off into the corner. And now a giveaway out near the blue line. Here's Greg. Greg coming ahead. Shouldered by Marchand. The puck came loose to Pinto, who put one wide of Korpisalo. Lohrei will start the Bruins back up ice. 30 seconds gone on the power play. Steps in across the Ottawa line. Looking for help. Gives over to Pastrnak. High slot. Lindholm trying to get it in front for Sacco. Broken up. And it gets past Pastrnak out near the point near side. Marchand will swing it back toward the attacking blue line, but batted away there by Matanpalo. Marchand stumbles but brings it forward here. And then Matanpalo relieves him of the puck and sends it all the way down. Minute to go in the man advantage. Bruins will change it up. Zadorov quarterbacking this second unit. Osterley's been doing that. He's out of the lineup tonight. Greg gets it down low here. Coyle had that puck hit him up high as they tried to clear it. He's headed back onto the bench, shaken up a bit. Zadorov plays it through the neutral zone to Geekie. Here's Pasternak. Drops it back for Zadorov just inside the blue line. Knocked off his stick by Giroux. And brought ahead by Highmore here shorthanded. Over to Clevin for a shot that hits the post on a shorthanded chance. Now the Bruins headed the other way.
3 of them today.
Patra across the line. Fires one across. And Pasternak was hoping for a one-timer.
Puck wouldn't land for him.
Geekie at the back of the net. 10 to go in the power play. Geekie plays it off the far boards. On to Callahan. Gives it right back to Geekie at that left circle. Into the corner against Shabbat. Sends it around the boards. Patra on the near side hash mark. Stepping in. Centering pass for Geekie on the back door. Just couldn't quite get it. Power play is over. Teams at full strength with 12.5 left. Bruins leading 1-0. 0 for 2 with a man advantage tonight. Batherson dumps it into the Bruins zone, but hadn't gained the red line. Whistle for an icing.
Yeah, they had a really good power play there in the second period. The Bruins did. Not quite the same. Wasn't quite as effective in that one. That was a nice block by, who's that, Clevin? On the attempted pass from Lindholm, looking in front. Then was Clevin shorthanded, hitting the post. Far post, glove side off of Korpisalo.
12:17 left. Coyle, after being briefly shaken up, back out to take this face off. Long wait for the drop of the puck. And Coyle, second effort, able to get it back to Wotherspoon at the point. His shot blocked as Jones and Shabbat were wrestling in front. Batherson in the far corner against both Jones and Coyle. Senators will come away with that puck. Iran trying to tap one free out near the blue line. Gave it away inadvertently to Frederick. And Frederick going to send it back around the boards. Coyle waiting for it at the right wing corner. Threw one in front. Away from Jones. It'll be taken by Perron, and he sends it softly up ice. Senators will get a change here. 11:45 left. Wotherspoon passes up the near boards for Frederick. Lost it inside the Senators zone. Zaka's got it back at center ice. Over to the far side. Giroux got in the way, but Boston has possession. Peek to Zaka from his own blue line. Long pass across ice, and we get a whistle and an offside. Pasternak and Giroux.
They were all tied up at the blue line.
Pasternak was just inside the blue line. Skates by Giroux and gives him a little tap on the backside with his stick. 11:25 left in regulation. Bruins with a 1-0 lead here on the 98.5 Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Disney's Aladdin is inviting you to celebrate 10 years of Broadway magic. Step into a whole new world filled with vibrant colors, endless glitz and glamour, and show-stopping visual spectacle. With dazzling singing and dancing, a love story for the ages, and a magic carpet, what more could you wish for? Come celebrate a decade of Broadway magic at the New Amsterdam Theater, New York's most magical destination. Get tickets today at AladdinTheMusical.com.
Happy Monday.
For real?
Yeah, my Mondays feel a lot better since I found an amazing therapist.
Ugh, jealous. I really need to find a good therapist, but I don't know where to start.
Find and book the right therapist for you on ZocDoc. Look, the patient reviews say that Dr. Taylor is super compassionate, she's in network, and available tomorrow.
What would I do without you?
Probably look for a new job.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Knix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Knix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code SHOP15. That's knix.com, promo code SHOP15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Oregon Geekies goal back in the second period. The only tally in this one. David Pasternak, Brandon Carlo, the assists. And with those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about our Feeding the Puck for Families program at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. 11:25 left here in the third with the Bruins on top by 1. Before the drop of the puck, Marchand and Gray.
Yeah, well, Marchand lined him up.
Continue to
caught about half of them on that shorthanded.
There's a dump in. Gray getting it off the carom right at the side of the net. Put one in on Korpisalo. Marchand now from the red line, going to dump it into the Ottawa zone. Boyle going to get it. Send it around behind. Poitras reaching for it, but steered away from him. Greg coming back into the neutral ice. Gets shouldered again by Marchand. Zadorov taking his time. Both teams making some changes up ice. Peak will pass it up through the center circle for Zacha. Batted back toward the Bruins zone. Tkachuk goes down, and it's going to be a penalty. On the near boards, Geeky touches it up, draws the whistle.
Yeah, Zadorov reached in and tried to poke that puck away, and I think he got skate just inside the Bruins blue line.
So with 10:39 left, Ottawa will go to the power play for the third time tonight, and a chance for them to tie it. Poke that right skate out from under Tkachuk. Did Zadorov. Well, Ottawa's power play won for its last 17. Came into the night ranked 12th in the league at just under 23% for the season.
Had a couple looks on their first power play.
Off the face-off, Tkachuk sets it up for Stutzler, and now to Chabot. Left circle at Giroux. Looks around, moves it to the top of the face-off circle, throws it in front. Korpisalo got the whistle.
Oh.
That puck was loose in the crease right behind him, and the whistle blew.
Yeah. When it's not going well for you in that situation, it's just not going well. Referee blew it. He was on the goal line. He blew it dead. Thought Korpisalo had it. I don't know what they're going to do. They can't overturn this.
And the puck did not go in until after the whistle.
It was definitely loose. Stutzler pokes it home, but the whistle had already gone. You see the referees get together sometimes and overturn a penalty call, but I don't think you can overturn this.
And the referee was patting himself on the chest and saying, "My fault."
There's no goal to play. The whistle was blown.
Yeah, he okay. But you can't change it.
No. So, referee TJ Luxmore over talking with Travis Green on the Senators bench, but I'm sure he can do much more than apologize.
Bruins got lucky for that one. That should be a goal. So, but I don't even know what they're discussing there. There's no, you don't overturn that.
No. Once the whistle's blown, play's over. Face off in the defensive zone here. Senators win the draw. Chabot walks it along the blue line. Giroux fires it down low. Batherson looking for Stutzler coming down the right circle, broken up. And Lindholm will clear it all the way down ice. 30 seconds into the Zadorov penalty. As we approach the midway point of the third period, Bruins leading 1-0. And a good break. Stutzla through neutral ice. For Tkachuk at the blue line. Batted away. Here's Marchand coming ahead. He's got Coyle coming down the middle, but Giroux got back and cut him off just in time. Giroux harassed from behind by Marchand as he brings it up toward the Boston line. Giroux runs into Tkachuk, and that gives Carlo a chance to clear it all the way down ice. Minute to go on the power play. Senators moving from right to left. Pass gathered in by Batherson. Deals off right side for Giroux. Off the wall. Stutzla onto the near side for Shabbat. Down the left circle, Giroux back toward the blue line, and quickly back and forth they play catch. Shabbat pass off to that right side. Stutzla back up top for Shabbat. Stutzla looking for Giroux down along the near side of the goal line. That was knocked away.
Much better job. That was peak. You know, the Bruins taking away that seam pass that they didn't take away last night against the Devils. And I think Ottawa's lobbying for a penalty. I thought this puck got deflected up.
Yeah, puck went out of play. Giroux especially
how much you want to bet they get this one?
A game. Hey, 4 officials are having another meeting here.
They got an argument. Drew's reaching for the puck, but Brown chipped it up and over the glass. And I don't think it got the stick of Giroux at all. And the Bruins
box doors open.
Are not going to get a power or not going to get a penalty.
Boston has a 2-minute minor penalty. Delay game.
Well, the box is open.
Glass. Number 52.
That's the wrong box, though, Ryan.
Oh, it was. You're right. Now the door's open. And
now it's a 5-on-3 for 32 seconds.
Well, they said 52. That would be wrong.
Yeah,
Brown is going into the box.
It was definitely
he would be the right player.
Patrick Brown, yep. And I think they got it right.
Yeah. Unfortunate play, but the right call. And so 32 seconds of 5-on-3 time coming here for the Senators.
Yeah, Peake had blocked the initial pass away, and then Brown reached for it. Him and Drew were both reaching for it, and he chipped it up and over top.
All right, so they've got that all sorted out. 9:11 to go, third period. Bruins up 1, but shorthanded 2 men for 32 seconds.
Oh,
so
nice try.
Rocketing out to the blue line, but Shabbat kept it in.
Coyle tried to go forward with it.
Giroux out of the left corner, angles it in behind the net. They set one up for Batherson. He goes back into the corner, and it's Stutzla bringing back out toward the blue line himself. Skates it all the way out. Gives to Giroux, left circle, back to Stutzla for a one-timer, and that one went wide. Shot up the near wall, but Giroux diving effort to keep it in. Stutzla now to the top of the right circle. 7 to go in the 2-man advantage. Shabbat gives to Giroux at the left circle. Works it back to the blue line with a shot. Tkachuk redirected in front. Korpisalo with a save. Zadorov out to join the play. Shabbat didn't hear him coming.
How can you not?
I know. And the Bruins will get the clear as Carlos sends it all the way down. The crowd roars. Minute 15 to go in the 5-on-4. Shabbat left it inside his zone. Stolen by Marchand, who slips a check. Coming in right circle in front. Lindholm had his stick taken off the puck.
Shabbat, after he gave it away.
Back the other way. Chuck to the right circle, and that shot forced wide of the net by Callahan. 53 to go on the power play. Marchand with a chance to clear, and he does. Under 8 minutes to go in regulation. Bruins leading 1-0. Shabbat from his own zone. Hands off for Greg. Through the neutral ice comes Pinto. Plays it down the right wing wall. Callahan first to it in the corner. Got it to Johnny Beecher, and he'll send it all the way down. 25 to go on the Patrick Brown penalty. Crowd alive here in the third period as Clevin steps forward. Plays it deep. Zadorov reversed it toward the near wall. Perron fired across ice, and Gaudette couldn't quite handle it in the far circle. Beecher, another clear.
Yeah, nice play by Carlo, though. Absorb a hit. You have 2 white jerseys on you, and he just soft chip up the boards for Beecher.
Brown is out. Bruins kill it off. 7:04 to go. They still lead by 1. Lorei plays it to Pasternak, and out of the zone it comes.
You got the 5-on-5. Keep making plays now.
Ostapchuk will work his way back into the Boston zone. To the end boards, Wotherspoon with a check on Amadio. Around the boards it goes to Zub. Back deep it comes to Highmore. Knocked down by Wotherspoon. Highmore gets up, still trying to play the puck. Elias Lindholm in there as well. It'll come back toward Chabot on the near boards. And he plays it back around, but Lohrei is there in the far corner. Outlets it to Pasternak near the red line, and he'll drop it back toward his own zone with 6.5 to play. Charlie Coyle from the red line. Lifts one high up into the air, bouncing down into the right wing corner. Sacco in after it. Perron will play it out from behind the Senators' net. Chabot knocked off balance by Pasternak, stays with it. Pass up the far side, deflected by Marchand, but couldn't get it. And the Senators wind up offside. We'll step aside. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in regulation. The Bruins have the only goal here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Have you made the switch to Knix? Millions of women have made the switch to the revolutionary period underwear from Knix. That's Knix. Period panties from Knix are like no other, making them the #1 leak-proof underwear brand in North America. They're comfy, stylish, and absorbent, perfect for period protection from your lightest to your heaviest days. They look, feel, and machine wash just like regular underwear, but feature incognito protection that has you covered. You can shop sizes from extra small to 4XL. Choose from all kinds of colors, prints, and different styles, from bikinis to boy shorts, thongs to high-rise. You've got to try Knix. See why millions are ditching disposable, wasteful period products and have switched to Knix. Go to knix.com and get 15% off with promo code SHOP15. That's knix.com, promo code SHOP15 for 15% off life-changing period underwear. That's knix.com.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bruins with a 1-0 lead, 6:10 to go here in the third period. These will be back here on Causeway this weekend against the Colorado Avalanche. Saturday matinee starts at 1 o'clock. Select tickets still available to purchase. BostonBruins.com/tickets. You can lock in your seat. Bruins trying to grab 2 points tonight against a team they come into the night tied with in the wild card race. Levin coming out of the Senators zone with 5:50 left. He'll play it over to Zub, and a pass up the right side, redirected deep by Greg. No, he did not get it. It's an icing here against Ottawa.
So, I mean, you come out of the penalty kill, 5-on-3, make a couple really good plays defensively. You get a good break with the 5-on-4 with the referee blowing the whistle, thinking that it was covered. It was not. Stutzle chipped it home. Can't change that. They got the delay of game right. But now with 5:45 to go, you've got to keep making plays. You've got to be dialed in on these details. Way better than you were the other day in Ottawa.
The Bruins gave up 2 goals with the goaltender pulled in the final 3 minutes and change of that game. The Senators forced it into overtime and won in a shootout.
You've played
Here's Pasternak, one-timer blocked by Zub.
You've played the way that you've wanted to here today, but now you need to close it out right.
Pasternak had it squared away along the far boards. Greg wrestling it out of the zone. Kachuk will chip it in, and Peak goes back to get it.
Knows he's going to get hit there. He makes the chip to Zadorov with support.
Knocked back from Geeky back into the Bruins zone, but right to Peak. Long pass across the ice. Zadorov to Pasternak. Brings it in across the line. Sends it toward the side of the net. Set up there by Forsberg. Montempallo hit hard in that far corner by Geeky. Puck back toward the Bruins line. Carlo volleys it toward the Ottawa zone, but that's going to go for an icing. 4:56 left.
Fans, check out the upcoming Hardest Working Player of the Week content on 98.5thesportshub.com Bruins page, brought to you by the Peterson School. The Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, Haverhill, and Turner Falls. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
The Bull Gang coming out. There is apparently a loose pane of glass on the end boards behind Jonas Korpisalo, so that draws a quick stoppage here with 4:56 left in regulation. We'll work out the kinks there. These teams We'll have one more meeting this year. That's coming up on March the 13th. We'll be back up in Ottawa to see the fourth and final meeting of the year between these two clubs. I hope that one's as fun as this one is.
Yep.
So this has
even the one in Ottawa, the last game in Ottawa was good.
It didn't finish the way you would have liked, but
meaningful.
But this has been this is a 1-0 game that's had plenty of excitement. Both of these teams, as we've been talking about, playing this like it's a playoff game. It's been intense and fast-moving.
So now they're going to allow the Bruins a line change.
Well, they're going to give us our timeout here.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. 4:56 to go. Bruins up 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Now Taxes is 100% free when you file in the TurboTax app if you didn't file with us last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just do your own taxes in the app by 2/18.
What if I have lots of forms?
All good, all 100% free.
What if I had 3 jobs?
Still 100% free.
What if I once saw Bigfoot?
That has nothing to do with taxes, so still 100% free.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now this is taxes. See if you qualify in the TurboTax app. Excludes TurboTax Live, must start and file in app by 2/18.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. Like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour. The boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. And all the styles that show off the many sides of you. From daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all in really great shoes. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise. Some are filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy additives that growing kids should never eat. That's why Hiya created the Kids Daily Multivitamin, a chewable vitamin with 15+ essential vitamins and minerals. Some kids' vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar, and sugar is known to contribute to a variety of health issues. Hiya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, yet it tastes great and is perfect for picky eaters. Hiya is made with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and helps support kids' immune systems, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, and more. It's also non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, and nut-free. Hiya is designed for kids 2 and up and sent straight to your door, so parents have one less thing to worry about. To receive 50% off your first order, go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar. Go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
And signify your spot in the Bruins fandom with the new Next Century Fan Foyer Puck Package, which includes an engraved puck that will be displayed on the puck wall in Heritage Hall inside TD Garden, and an engraved commemorative puck to keep as a memento. Visit bostonbruins.com/fanfoyer to purchase yours today.
Now they're not going to... The referees are talking to the official scorer about who was on the ice after the icing call. There's a weird sequence. You don't go to commercial after an icing call, but because there was a pane of glass that they had to fix in behind the Bruins net, they allowed for the commercial timeout to occur, but now they got to figure out who should be on the ice. Right. The Bruins made a wholesale line change, and it shouldn't take this long. They should have had this figured out before they were at commercial.
Right. You had 2 minutes to get this straight.
They saw them making a change.
Right. What was odd was they waited until the glass was fixed before they decided to take the commercial break.
It's been a really weird sequence.
So the referee over to talk to Joe Sacco right now and tell him what his lineup's supposed to look like. 4:56
I've never seen them go to a commercial after an icing call, but they waited, right? Because they weren't supposed to go. They're just going to say, go play them.
Okay.
I don't get it.
So face-off in the defensive zone here to the left of Korpisalo. Bruins up by 1, just under 5 minutes to play.
Face-off win by Coyle. Won it with his skate, tied up the stick, and then kicked it back with the skate.
Volleyed back into the Bruins zone. Callahan will skate back to get it ahead of Tkachuk. Up the far boards, the pass comes to Marchand. Gives to a cutting Patra, lost it coming through neutral ice. Senators step back the other way. Giroux on the left wing circle, trying to center, blocked by Carlo. Here's Shabbat with a shot that comes trickling in toward the net. And Korpisalo steals that one away. Marchand off the outlet, headed up ice to the left circle, to the front of the net with a backhand, and the save by Forsberg.
Marchand has played a really good hockey game here today for the Bruins. I'll tell you what, I don't know who that defenseman was. Might have been Clevin. I'm not sure. He could have just taken Marchand right out on that attempted pass out of the zone, right up the middle. He went for the puck.
Paulo hands off for Batherson coming out of his own zone. Pinto upended by Lindholm. Frederick coming back into the attack zone. Tripped over Lettieri's fallen stick, but able to stay with the puck. Along the end wall, Frederick cuts back toward the near side, trying to get it to Wotherspoon. It was picked off. And the Senators work their way up ice with 3:45 to go. Turnover at the Boston line. Frederick comes back with Lettieri. Stepping into the right circle. Shot was blocked off the leg of Matt and Paulo. Lohrei keeps it on the far side. Sends one across ice. Sacco, great chance from the right circle. Forsberg the save.
He's had 3 or 4 today, Sacco has.
Pivoting with the puck in his own zone is Ridley Gray.
How long does Travis Green keep Forsberg in there, given what happened last time these teams played?
3:15 to go. As Amadio sends it deep. Gaudette gets in behind Peak to get to that puck. Around the near boards, it jumped away from Amadio. Geekie gets it out of the zone. Taps it out of midair to Pasternak on the right wing circle. He's angled off it by Shabbat. Gaudette to Cousins. Through the neutral ice, back to Gaudette. Up the near left wing side. Shoved aside by Peak. Zadorov hammers it around the far boards, and it gets out of the zone. Shabbat will play it back in, delayed offside. 2:45 left. Bruins have possession. Boston defending down to our left. Zadorov will pass it on to Elias Lindholm along the near boards. Coyle redirects his pass deep into Ottawa territory. Forsberg, the goaltender, shot it to the near wall for Tkachuk. 2.5 to go. Giroux pressured by Elias Lindholm. Now Zoo up the right side. Here's Tkachuk. Wotherspoon trying to stay with him in the right circle. Able to knock it free. Forsberg headed to the bench. Coyle clears it off the far wall. It's played back at his own blue line by Pinto. Extra skater on here for the Senators. Backhanded deep by Pinto into the far corner. Wotherspoon gets it first. Taken off the wall by Pinto. Centered for Tkachuk. Broken up. Came loose at the top of the circle. And it's Batherson to keep it alive. Stützle on the far boards, takes a hit from Wotherspoon. Tkachuk along the end boards, gives to Giroux. Goes back up top for Shabbat. To the right circle, a shot. Save made by Korpisalo. The rebound steered back toward the far corner. Lindholm will backhand it out of the zone. Down into the Ottawa end. It will just make it for icing with 1:38 to play.
Now Travis Green has a decision. Do you call the timeout now with the Bruins having a couple tired guys on the ice, or you force them to suck it up and drop the puck right away? Good save, right? Korpisalo getting that right pad on that shot. He's mentioned, there's a lot of guys who have played well here today, but Marchand he's had his fingerprints on this game.
Korpisalo now 28 saves. 98 seconds to go. Off the faceoff. Senators have it. Pinto to Shabbat, center of the blue line with a shot. Redirected in front, never made it to the net. Bruins get the clear. And Shabbat will let it get to an icing with 1:25 to go.
It's a good clear. Just got to take something off it, right? It's a smart play. You're trying to get that line change.
Another face-off in that far circle down to our left. Minute 25 left as the Bruins trying to seal up the victory here on home ice. Up 1-0. Off the face-off. Pinto a drive. Blocked in front by Carlo. Off the near boards. It gets through Pinto and out. Shabbat sends over to Stützle far side, and he drives it back in around the glass. Carlo in the near corner takes a hit. Coyle popped it loose into the middle. Lindholm gets it from Wotherspoon. Skates it ahead to the red line. Shoots for the empty net. And it's blocked by Shabbat.
Yeah, he needed a change. Lindholm did. He'd been out there a while. That's a big play there by Carlo.
60 seconds left. Tkachuk sends it around the boards of the Bruins zone. Korpisalo to Zadorov, and he'll shoot it all the way down. That's going to go wide of the net and be another icing here with 50.4 to play.
Could have rather seen the high flip there. Yeah,
aggressive shot from south of your own goal line.
Lindholm wants to give this puck to somebody, but there's just no one to give it to, and he's at the end of his shift. He can't get up the ice, so he attempted to take this shot. Shabbat was in a good position to block it. Now Ottawa will call the timeout.
Yeah, this one an icing, but the Bruins had a fresh unit out there anyway, having just gone for the change a few seconds prior. So with this 1-0 lead here in the final minute, and two very important points on the line as the Bruins, and we talked about what happened on Saturday in Ottawa, trying to protect the lead that they couldn't. This busy week continues coming up on Saturday afternoon. Another fairly quick turnaround for a 1 o'clock face-off against Colorado. Haven't seen them since all the way back at the, was it the 5th game of the season?
Well,
they look a lot different now than they did then.
Well, you love seeing them play, right? Just the high-end guys that they possess and just what they're capable of doing. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, if you haven't had a chance to see them play in person, you'll want to be here on Saturday. All right, defensive zone face-off. 50.4 to go. Senators win the draw. Giroux got it back to Shabbat. Shabbat walks along the blue line. Shot blocked off into the near corner. Giroux back to Shabbat. And again to Giroux. Along the near circle. Goes down low with it. Batherson, 36 seconds left. Batherson takes a shot up high on Korpisalo against the near post. Giroux has it at the top of the circle. Batherson again. He walks it back toward the hash marks. 25 to go. Now Giroux right along the goal line. He sends one across. Stutzla had to settle it. Got it to Shabbat, top of the circle. Now Giroux back to Shabbat. One-timer. That one knocked down in front. Think Zadorov got it. Near corner. 13 to go. Giroux brings it to the top of the faceoff. So Shabbat back to Giroux. Picked off by Pasternak. Breakaway toward the empty net. He shoots and scores. David Pasternak puts the finishing touches on it. The Bruins with a 2-0 lead and 4 seconds to go. And back down in the Bruins' end, Zadorov and Tkachuk, who have been battling all night long, having to be separated again by the officials as the Bruins celebrate Pasternak's goal. Another multi-point game for him. His 23rd goal of the year goes into the empty net with 4.4 left.
Yeah, I mean, a couple big blocks in front, a couple good battles in front, and David Pasternak picks that play off. He made the high-end play to Geekie earlier in the game to give the Bruins a 1-0 lead.
10 minutes each.
Misconduct for somebody. Got to be Ottawa, right? I would assume.
I think, I'm not sure who it was, honestly.
It's a 10-minute misconduct. I saw the hands on the hips by the referee. So.
Might have been Forsberg, actually.
I'm sure they're still steaming on the power play goal they thought they had.
Right. Bruins bring the face-off back into their own zone. Clock runs out. And an important 2 points tonight here on home ice. Jonas Korpisalo pitches a 30-save shutout as the Bruins beat the Ottawa Senators 2-0. Big celebration here in the crowd and on the ice. Bruins treated this like a playoff game. That's what Joe Sacco said before the game. And they followed through with the win. We'll be back to recap it next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Mom, what happens at the end of Goldilocks?
Well, the Bears were too nice to kick Goldilocks out, but they wanted her to find her own place. So they told her about Redfin.
But I thought...
Redfin updates its listings every 2 minutes and gives personalized recommendations. So Goldilocks found something that was just right for her.
And lived happily ever after?
Yep, in a cute house by the beach, with no bears.
Download the Redfin app to get started. Equal housing opportunity, CADRE, number 01521930.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
This is a story of the one. A maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Artificial intelligence is making life easy for cyber criminals. For example, listen closely. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Could you tell the second one was created with AI? Most people can't tell either, which is why you should use your real intelligence and ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance's home cyber protection. It covers cyber fraud, cyber attacks, identity theft, and more. Safety Insurance will help you manage life's storms, even the AI kind.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Bruins a 2-0 victory over the Ottawa Senators. We're joined downstairs by Bruins defenseman Nikita Zadorov. We've been talking about it tonight. Joe Sacco told us before the game he wanted you guys to treat this like a playoff game. Did it have that kind of feeling for you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were a desperate team today. We got a deserved win. I thought we controlled the game for 60 minutes. I mean, a lot of people writing us off, but there's a lot to give in this room, and I think we're gonna be just fine.
Kid, I got to ask you, I mean, you go up and talk to Tkachuk before the game starts, you know, at the opening face-off. You guys had a couple of battles throughout the game. You guys played him hard all game. You know, what was maybe your mindset heading into this one with him?
Well, we got smoked last game. They got smoked last game too, so I thought it would be cool to get a open ice tilt at the start of the game. I guess not.
Those pesky officials not going to let you have any fun, right?
Yeah, Eric was all over me, unfortunately.
As you guys get the win here, a good defensive performance and obviously a great performance in goal from Corpy tonight. What does that do for your group, especially since you're still playing without Hampus, you're still playing without Charlie McAvoy as well?
Yeah, I mean, I thought every guy stepped in today. They contributed. You know, it was a big game for us. It was really good response. We've been talking a lot inside about playing in front of our fans, play hard, you know, bring this Boston hard work mentality to our rink, and that's what we did today.
Nikita, we appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Nikita Zadorov and the Bruins with a 2-0 win here on home ice over the Ottawa Senators and a much-needed 2 points tonight in the standings.
It had a feel right from the start, and it was good to see them respond to, you know, not message sending, but you know what I mean. Here's the way we need to play in order to win a hockey game. We need to get back to it. They didn't like the way they played yesterday. Just heard Zadorov say it. They got smoked yesterday. You know, Ottawa got smoked in their last game. Set the tone early. It was good. It was a physical game. There was good pace to the game. There was attention to detail. You know, there was a lot to unpack in the third period, but even getting into the third period, it was a well-played game by, I thought, both teams. Both goaltenders were dialed in. You know, you get a good performance from Korpisalo, but even beyond that, just the way that you defended here today was better. Not those chances from the middle of the ice, not those chances from the slot. There were a couple, but they limited them. And, not nearly as many as last night against a team like New Jersey. Did they get a break on the goal that probably should have counted for Stützle? Yeah, because, the referee thought it was covered by Korpisalo. He blew the whistle. You can't overturn that. You can't change that. I'm not sure what the referees were talking about there when they all got together in front of the penalty box. That's when the whistle goes, it's done. And, it clearly was not in the net when the whistle went. Referee lost sight of the puck. It's dead. So the Bruins got a break on it, and good on them. Last time you play this team, you give up 2 goals with the goaltender pulled. Today, you get the empty net goal on David Pastrnak. And David Pastrnak, what a play he made to Morgan Geekie for the goal, with the 1 goal with the goaltender in. Just a great play by him, high end. So a lot. Marchand, strong game. Involved in every facet of it, the penalty killing part of it, in guys' faces, generating scoring chances. It was a good kind of team effort, top to bottom. And when you look at a guy like Zadorov and Peak, who are elevated minutes now, that they have to be good and they have to be hard. Like Peak's a physical guy. He had a couple good hits. Zadorov's definitely a physical guy. Can you play physical without throwing yourself out of position in these types of games that are, energy packed, kind of high intensity, that type of thing. Sense of urgency for the Bruins to get the 2 points and do it in regulation. 4-point game. I thought he handled himself really well in a game like this here today. One of his better games of the year.
Well, he didn't get his open ice tilt with Tkachuk right off the bat, but the two of them were going at it a lot tonight.
And like Tkachuk said, he's a big guy, and so you've got to. Can you match up physically with him? A lot of defensemen can't, and he certainly can. Zadorov can, but to do it without crossing the line, he had the 1 tripping penalty. That's fine. He reached in trying to poke a puck away. He wasn't out of control, stepping up in different areas and giving up a 2-on-1. Bruins didn't give up odd man rushes today. There's a lot of boxes checked. They had a pretty productive power play in the second period. Didn't score, but it was a good power play where they generated some good opportunities. So, a lot of those boxes checked for the way that you wanted to play, the way that you wanted to bounce back after last night. And their home record right now continues to be strong. Now they got to straighten it out on the road. But, you look at what they've done. What is it? 10-1-1 in their last 12 on home ice.
15-7-3 on home ice this year.
So continue to win those games. You get a bunch of them coming up in February and at the end of this month.
Well, 32 games left on the schedule after tonight. You're going to need more performances like this if you're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a good blueprint for things that you need to do in order to win a hockey game.
Well, it is time now for tonight's Lexus Amazing Play of the Game. Costa pivots down the wall against Batherson, cuts to the side of the net. Throws one right through the crease. Forsberg got a piece of that. Pastrnak from behind the net now in front. Score! Geekie off the feed from Pastrnak, and the Bruins grab the 1-0 lead. Morgan Geekie's second period goal is tonight's Lexus Amazing Play of the Game, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Whether you're the passenger princess, a new set of twins, or even the family dog, everyone travels in luxurious comfort in the Lexus TX. We'll check the out-of-town scores, give you the 3 stars, and wrap things up from TD Garden. Bruins have a 2-0 win in the bag here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your vision benefits just got even better. Now at Pearl Vision, provide your updated prescription from your new eye exam and get 40% off lenses. Their eye care experts are ready to help you find the perfect pair of glasses that suit your style. Don't wait. Your new look is just a visit away. And they accept all major vision plans. Find your nearest location at pearlvision.com. Some restrictions and exclusions may apply. See participating stores for details.
Typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise. Some are filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy additives that growing kids should never eat. That's why Hiya created the Kids Daily Multivitamin, a chewable vitamin with 15 plus essential vitamins and minerals. Some kids' vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar, and sugar is known to contribute to a variety of health issues. Hiya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, yet it tastes great and is perfect for picky eaters. Hiya is made with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies and helps support kids' immune systems, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, and more. It's also non-GMO, vegan, dairy-free, allergy-free, gelatin-free, and nut-free. Hiya is designed for kids 2 and up and sent straight to your door, so parents have one less thing to worry about. To receive 50% off your first order, go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar. Go to hiyahealth.com/no sugar and get your kids the full body nourishment they need to grow into healthy adults.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
2-on-1. Jarvis, he's got Martin up. Jarvis, Martin up. He scores!
That's the Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets here tonight. Carolina would roll to a 7-4 victory over the red-hot Columbus Blue Jackets. Other games around the NHL finals to report. Detroit 4-2 winners over the Montreal Canadiens. Rangers all over the Flyers, 6-1 winners there. At the end of 2 periods, Vegas has a 3-1 lead over the St. Louis Blues. Utah 3-0 over Minnesota. That game is at the end of 2 periods. At the end of 1 period, Calgary 1 and Buffalo 0. Also at the end of 1, it's Edmonton 3 and Vancouver 0.
And here at TD Garden, Bruins with a 2-0 win over the Ottawa Senators. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiative is sponsoring our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity. There were 2 feeds tonight. That's another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. And time now to get our 3 stars of the night, presented by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. Number 3 star with the second period goal as he continues to be on a roll, Morgan Geekie. Costa pivots down the wall against Batherson, cuts to the side of the net. Throws one right through the crease. Forsberg got a piece of that. Pasternak from behind the net now in front. Score! Geekie off the feed from Pasternak, and the Bruins grab the 1-0 lead. 13th goal of the year for Morgan Geekie as he scores for the second straight day. Now has 4 goals and 6 points over the last 6 games. The number 2 star, man who set up that goal and scored the clinching empty netter, David Pasternak. Near corner, 13 to go. Giroux brings it to the top of the face-off circle. Chabot back to Giroux, picked off by Pasternak. Breakaway toward the empty net. He shoots and scores. David Pasternak puts the finishing touches on it. The Bruins with a 2-0 lead and 4 seconds to go. 23rd goal of the season for Pasternak gives him 56 points with another multiple point performance tonight. He's got 14 points in the last 6 games, 6